Alright. Let's go ahead and get this party started now.
Bro, that's fucked.
I'm not getting
All
into
set.
it. Wolf, you're the one who's married. You can give him advice in the PMs. As a happily married man, please give this man advice. I feel like mine's gonna get him killed. Welcome back, everyone. Hello. Hope everyone's doing well. I know it's Saturday. I also know we were supposed to be ready about an hour ago. Unfortunately, we had some delays, so we're here. But yeah, so we are here with a one-shot today. As it's called, the Hell Shot, the first layer of the 7 levels of Hell. As mentioned in the description, the general setup for the party coming into this is as joining a group of mercenaries that had gathered, having discovered a long-forgotten gate deep within the Voli lands. They would manage to activate it through using multiple wizards who, unfortunately, not realizing that the gate would go to the 7 hells, and rather than the destination they expected. The gate would open, sacrificing the lives of those many wizards who would assist in reactivating it. Of about the 300 of you that went in, only your small group of 4 people managed to come out that you have seen so far. We welcome you all to the 9 Hells. As you all first kind of come out of this daze after walking in through this gateway, light kind of causing, this overwhelming light just kind of causing your entire mentality and body to almost shut down for moments as you all blacked out going through the gateway. As you come through on the other end, you don't find corpses. You find a small 20-foot room, roughly, about by 20 foot by 20 foot wide. A couple of shelves on the far area with some very freshly cleaned and skinned and de-meated skulls, 2 on each shelf, and then a simple drain in the center where you can see some sort of red liquid has been draining through it. You lot find yourselves alone, and all you hear all around you is the sounds of bubbling lava, and the heat is just unbearable. Not enough to cause you damage, but breathing is definitely being heavier, and you get the sense that any form of exhaustion you take in here is going to be almost doubled.
All right, then.
What would you all like to do? Actually, let's start off first. We're going to go from the top because I want you guys to introduce your characters. And since you took the longest and are most of the reason why I'm still saying we're late, Caleb, please tell us about your amazing character idea you came up with and what you're running today.
My name is Dupe Snog. And I am an Asimar Ranger. He has... And while I don't know what the hell he entirely looked like, I did this last second. I have brown skin, blue eyes, buzz cut of black hair. I am 6 feet tall, and I am 25 years old.
Alright. Going down the list, Chaston.
Of course, I am playing Minnie Foles, the Deep Gnome. She is wearing a very colorful outfit while she's riding a metal pony with a pole through the middle of it that's flying around. Not much more to say than her weird chromatic outfit made of various roots and plants, other than the fur shoulder pads.
I just really gotta take a second to make sure to put this up on screen. Holy shit, you are gonna be easily spotted. I will tell you right now, you will be at disadvantage for people spotting you and stealth checks.
I'm already at disadvantage for stealth checks.
Perfect, and we're already pre-set up. God damn. Alright. Wolf, you're up.
There we go. What's up, folks? I'm Smiggy Balls. And, I'm a 4'4", pretty fucking simple looking dwarf. I, got a pretty big beard. And that's fucking it.
Nice.
Pretty straight to the point. Perfect. All right, and lastly, we've got Grumpy.
Yes, I am playing Shigi Malls. He's a Simic hybrid. That's what it looks like. Sort of a scientist himself, 5'10". Had done some body modifications to himself. And you'll see as he starts drinking some strange liquids from his side.
Oh, goody. Cannot wait to see how this goes. Alright, so yes, as I was describing it, you lot, prior to this, regardless of your own experiences and backgrounds, had signed up with this mercenary group that had basically sold you on the idea that you were going to invade the domain of paradise and open it up for those few remaining mortals left in existence, as well as get a chance at some of the long dead gods' loot that should be left behind up there. Unfortunately, that's not how it turned out. As it turned out, the Arcane Gate seemed to go to a different domain, the domain of Moors. And as you lot find yourselves on this first layer of the Seven Hells, you all know the rough estimation that this is the Floor of Envy. Very well known for having the majority of the humanoid souls stored in these ports. This having been noted as a discovery post-mortem by the famous Bardris Stonesend, a philosopher as well as a researcher on all things both historical and to do with the undead. A book had been published in his name, giving many adventurers some background on some of the rough understandings of the Nine Hells, or the Seven Hells. But beyond the very basics of what each level is, and roughly what you can expect from the inhabitants, there wasn't much more left in detail. As you lot look around this room, you see a little pathway that seems to go off to your left, opening up into a doorway that seems to expand out into more hallways further on. But in this simple room, as you look about, you do see another door right behind you in the similar design to the Arcane Gate that you had walked through earlier. However, as you look, you notice the runes all seem to be cracked, and the stonework around the doorway seems to somewhat sizzle. The smell of burning hair can kind of be, or it kind of fills the air around you lot. And the hearing of distant screaming, as well as the sounds of something like almost a whip smacking at something in the distance, can be heard. Yeah. What would you all like
What
to
an
do?
interesting place.
I will spend the casting minute to cast Foresight on Chiggy.
Smiggy, you said?
Chiggy on Grumpy's character.
Said,
Okay. Let's see. I assume Chiggy does not resist.
I do not resist.
Okay. And remind me again, what does it do?
After touching a willing creature, they cannot be surprised. They have advantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. And any other creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against the target for the next 8 hours.
Okay. Cool. All right. So as you start to feel the magic kind of envelop you, Chiggy, you begin to see visions of the future. And you, as you start to think or look into it, it seems to almost blacken and dissipate as the spell seems to not give you the future sight you'd expect.
Interesting.
I mean, fair enough.
The path
Yeah.
forth is uncertain.
Well, the only way forward is to walk. Who's leading?
I don't mind. Curious of this place.
Okay. Chiggy.
I hover
Yes.
about a foot in the air, so I'm off the floor.
Okay.
Wind kind of whips around me, keeping me cool and keeping me floating.
Okay.
To be fair, my pony also floats, so...
All right. As you lot begin or walk over to the doorway with Chiggy leading the way, Chiggy, you come to this stone door in this little narrow hallway off to the side of the room, still being in the same room. The doorway itself seems to have a strange rune language written onto it. Do any of you speak Abyssal?
I do.
Yes.
Okay. 1 second.
Knowledge.
Yeah. Alright. So, as you both read it, looking over, you see the door simply reads, if these rune words be revealed, you'll find the arrangement that lies concealed, a cryptic meaning it may yield of an object one can wield. The item won't be far afield, for with it your path shall be unsealed, and the runes dissipate.
Does anything also appear, as the runes seem to say, if you can read that something else appears?
As you look about, you do notice that there are runes on the two skulls sitting on the shelf in the room.
Or like magic runes, or like words in Abyssal?
They seem to just be symbols that similarly mark them in Abyssal to the runes on the wall. However, looking at them, they don't actually seem to state anything. Both just looking as if they're markers of sorts.
But Royce, he can read them.
Yes, but they are markings, as I mentioned, not a letter.
But he can read it.
However,
Sorry.
they're
I
not
just had to give you
runes.
some shit.
They're markings.
Just called them runes, bro. You just called them runes. Don't take that shit back. All right, I'll shut the fuck up again.
These runes seem to elude me on what they mean.
Yes.
You know what? Fine. Fuck you. All right, give me a d20 with your Arcana check, Chiggy. Let's. I got something for this.
Okay. This relates to like fiendish stuff. Does I mean I have advantage for being blind?
Yes.
You poked the bear too far. I blame Chiggy.
Do I also have to roll?
If you are gonna try and read them, yes.
I always roll not great with advantage. 25.
You go blind.
Damn,
The
that's
last
tough.
second, you realize that the scratchings are some sort of trap that whoever looks upon them and understands them immediately gets blindness cast onto them.
I'll cast Lesser Restoration. I'm already burning spell slot.
As you cast Lesser Restoration, your eyesight returns, Chiggy, as it seems, as you look about, the darkness seems to kind of fade away, and the room lightens once again. The same goes for... God damn it, why'd you have to make your fucking names the same? I gotta keep looking back at the character sheet. Alright, Caleb, I'm gonna ask this. Is the D silent? And I swear to God, if you make a joke, I will murder your character right now. This is your one warning.
Yes, it is silent.
Alright. Nope. Sog. What the fuck? Alright. As you look on as well, if you are trying to read the symbols, it will cause your eyes to completely go dark.
I'll heal him too.
Okay.
Are these like skulls fixed in place?
No, as you look, they're just kind of sitting on the shelves. As you look them over from a distance, you can see they look to be fresh, still slightly reddish, causing the bone itself to have a slightly browner color to it. You can also definitely tell that someone had come up through with a very sharp knife when cleaning this, as no specks of flesh are found, but the skull, as you look around it, and you can smell it, it is definitely like, this is a recent killing.
Very interesting. I mean, can I touch it?
Well, yes. I mean, as long as you physically have something to touch it with.
Yes, I touch it with my hand.
Okay. Yeah. As you walk over, as you walk over, you pick up or like grabbing onto the skull. It's warm. It's still very warm to the touch. As you can feel steam kind of coming off of it. You're not familiar or sure enough, but it feels as if this creature, whatever it was recently killed.
Hmm. Very interesting. Let's see what happens if I hold both of them in my hands.
As you pick both of them up, to the rest of you, you see for a moment as Chiggy for a second just picks up both these skulls. And as you all look on, expecting something at all to happen, as Chiggy kind of looks at them like expecting some grand magic or something to happen, nothing happens. The continuation of the sounds of lava bubbling in the distance and the occasional scream can be heard, and that's it.
Well, does it look like there's any sort of like slot
Nope.
near the door?
Doors
where...
are solid stone. Without the as the runes had faded away, it looks like it was just a solid slab.
What if you position the skulls a certain way? Maybe that might do something.
Okay. I mean, is there some sort of part of this room that seems like a focal point? There things could happen. Sort of some sort of geometry leading towards something.
Other than the two shelves, the drain in the center of the room, and the stone door, nothing else about the room is at all of any notice. Just flat walls.
Any ideas,
Maybe
guys?
we should probably hold on to those. They might be important later.
Just force our enemies to read them. Apparently makes everyone blind.
That's true. Good weapons. Hold on to them.
Okay. As you start to put them away, I assume you either a bag of holding or
The backpack.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. As you put them in your backpack, nothing happens. Your entire backpack will now smell like a fresh corpse, though. Just as a heads up.
It's not, not used to that.
Okay. Just making that as a clear mention.
Don't worry, I will be putting body parts in this backpack.
Let that be.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I guess we move forward.
There's a stone wall of a door.
Yeah, we go through it somehow.
Any grand ideas, Minnie?
I don't know. I have mold earth.
Go ahead and try that, I guess.
I mean, I'll give it a shot. It's made of stone. Could be able to.
Okay. As you cast Mold Earth, the stone does not move.
Stone.
Smiggy, any ideas on your part?
Nah, not the ideas guy.
Good to know.
Well, better to find out now than later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
How
Someone
big
just
is the
hit my
drain, by the
window.
way?
One sec. Someone... What the fuck was that? Okay, well, that was weird. Alright.
Indeed.
Sorry, what was your question?
How big's the drain?
You guess roughly about 5 feet wide. Looking down into it, looks like it's about a 3-foot drop into what looks to be a central, some sort of like square area where the whatever was being drained kind of sits and seems to flow off further into pipes below.
Mm.
All right, fuck it. I cast detect magic.
Okay.
I know.
the entire floor is magical, but in specific to the room you're in, as you do, there's no magic in this room besides the gateway that you came through that is completely on the fritz.
Cool. I cast knock on the door.
As you do. Wait, hold up. Wait, what does knock do again? Hold up.
Choose an object that you can see within range. The object can be a door, a box, a chest, a set of manacles, blah, 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 blah.
Uh-huh.
A target that is, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. A target that is held shut by a mundane lock or that is stuck or barred becomes unlocked, unstuck, or unbarred.
Okay.
If it has multiple locks, only one of them is unlocked.
Okay.
If it's shut with an arcane lock, that spell is suppressed for 10 minutes.
Okay. As your spell goes off, nothing seems to happen.
Okay, so it's not a door.
Wanna go out the drain?
Yeah, you go first.
As you look over, you see. I mean, the drain is completely looks to be molded into the ground. Ground's made of stone, or the floor's made of stone, though.
There's also magical, apparently.
The grate is not magical. Technically, when I stated the whole floor is magical, pretty much anything in the seven hells would be considered magical by that spell. But as far as him noticing a specific spell, he would have actually gotten information on something like that if it was a specific spell.
Yeah. Guess I'll try and just take the drain off.
All right, give me a strength check.
Strength check.
As you lock your fingers into the grate and start pulling up as hard as you can.
Okay. That's a 9.
Yeah, the grate doesn't move. You start to kind of strain with it. You all watch sweat starts to kind of beat down his head, his face, as he struggles and pulls back with all his weight, and the grate doesn't even move.
Can I mold earth the earth connected to that?
Yeah, as you do, almost immediately as Chiggy is like pulling back, the grate pops out of the ground, throwing him backwards, and the passageway opens as the floor kind of pushes away slightly from the drain.
I'm just gonna let him think he did that.
Chiggy, I mean, it's pretty obvious it's a mold earth spell. You've been around long enough to tell that was someone just mold earth. And you watch the stone move away.
All right. I'll go down. Why not?
All right. As you start climbing down, do you have poison resistance?
I have a poison immunity.
Oh, that's good. So yeah, as you slowly drop, do you have fire resistance?
No.
Okay, so while you start to kind of lower, the smell doesn't really start to bother you, but the scent of like a boiling body starts to kind of emanate out into the room, and just the scent of it kind of starts to cause many of you who don't have poison resistance or immunity to start to slightly gag at the scent as it almost grows stronger now that the grate's been pulled off.
I'm good.
As Chiggy continues to climb down, you get right above the liquid, and Chiggy, looking at it, it's bubbling, it's soupy, and it's a mix of this brownish reddish color and seems to bubble every once in a while, releasing a strong scent as the bubbles burst and boil.
I don't know, guys. Don't think we might be able to get through here. Might be a bit too hot. Anyway, you guys can cool down, or...
No, I can just add more water, which would definitely not help.
Yeah.
Is it possible to get a look at where the tunnels go? Now I'm like close to it.
Now
Like,
that you're
where the pipes
down, you realize that the pipe is just barely submerged, but it seems to follow north from your reference of the room.
I can't like tell where it goes up or branches.
No,
anywhere.
it's you can barely see the top of it of the opening, as most of it's submerged under the liquid,
Hmm.
and the liquid
Then you
is
want,
too thick to look through it.
yeah. Minnie, you want to try some mold earthing down here? See if it works under this
Fuck it,
room.
sure. I'll give it a shot.
One sec. Yeah. All right. So you're gonna try and mold earth into the sewage.
I guess so. Yeah.
Explain to me what you're trying to accomplish here.
Whatever area Chiggy is pointing out, I'm trying to open up big enough for us to move through.
Just a point opposite of the pipe. That way we can go somewhere where there's not liquid.
Okay. So as you start to kind of mold the earth, the spell seems to activate for a moment, but whatever the liquid is seems to almost cause the spell to almost immediately deactivate.
Oh, that's not gonna work. I think the pipes are a no-go, big guy.
Wow, you guys tried. Well, bully for you, participation awards. I go and open the door.
As you put your hand on the door, it immediately slides to the side and opens up.
Good effort, boys.
We've done it. Smiggy, you're a genius. And you said you weren't the idea guy.
Just sitting here eating an apple.
I will say, any of you who have the ability to cast, give me an Arcana check.
19.
Okay,
13.
13, alright. I say I can't see your rolls because the thing seems to be freezing on my end, so you're gonna have to say them.
5.
5, alright.
I can't cast.
Okay, that works out perfect. Okay,
Although it's the highest Arcana out of both.
so Minnie, I think you rolled highest. Okay.
I did.
And that is...
I do have detect magic up as well.
Yes. So your detect magic, as soon as the doorway opens, picks up someone. There is an arcane presence noticing you, Minnie. Smiggy, you pick up someone scrying on you. You're not sure how high of level they've upcasted it, but you can definitely tell they've upcasted it and are watching you.
On me, or on the group?
On the group, it seems. It doesn't seem to focus on any of you specifically.
Cool. I get about 10 feet away from the group.
Okay.
I'm just going to back up
Okay.
and let the party lead the way.
While I also back up, I cast non-detection on myself.
Okay.
It's my racial spell.
All right. As you cast, immediately the both of you sense that the magic is seeming to almost stutter between, as if it's looking for Minnie suddenly, as if it noticed the presence has disappeared. But yeah, so as the doorway opens, right in front of you is a very narrow hallway of about, it's only about 5 feet wide. To your left, you see a strange red circle that looks to have been painted on the ground, and you notice the runes on it are a teleportation spell. For those who can read the abyssal. You, as it looks about it, it looks to be very just needing an activation, some sort of magical impulse to activate it. To your right, you see the hallway continues down for about 30 more feet until it comes to an abrupt end and seems to turn either yet again north or south. You do notice that about 10 feet to your right. The hallway itself kind of bridges over what you can now feel as the warmth starts to kind of emanate into the room and really hit all of you. This massive lava lake that seems to be about rough estimate just from glancing from the distance of the doorway is you guess somewhere around 100 feet down beneath, but the heat just seems to emanate straight up. And then straight ahead, you notice the another door opposite of this one, just straight in front of you, just standing there, with this one stating on it, reading in the runes in Abyssal, all who dare to slaughter the innocent will perish.
Okay.
So who's going first, and where we heading? Right, left, forward? Reactivate the gate, go home?
I think our only martial character should decide the path since he's forced to lead.
Wow. All right. Put it all on me, huh?
Look, you're the one that has to deal with whatever we walk into. I'll feel terrible if I make a bad path. You die because of it.
Okay. So the teleportation circle, is that like in the path to the left?
Yes.
that you said?
The left almost immediately abruptly ends about 5 feet to your left. And you see the circle kind of on the floor painted.
Okay. Well, I assume that's probably gonna summon something if we do something, so might want to be prepared for that. We got an open hallway or a closed door. How do you guys feel about the open hallway?
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, you go first.
There seems to be a trend here. Onwards.
All right. So you're going to, so which way are you going?
To the right,
Chiki?
the hallway.
All right. So as you start kind of walking down, you see a barrel and a box kind of both kind of tossed in the hallway, almost as if haphazardly someone had turned it, like dropped them and ran. Further on, you see another larger crate that seems to somewhat block the hallway, not causing like a real stoppage, just making you guys stop for a moment to climb over or push it off to the side.
Are there like signs of struggle or something
as
in this
you
hallway?
in the hallway, as you look about, you don't see any markings. You do as you look down over the side of the bridge of this the hallway, where the massive lava pit goes farther down. You can, for a moment, looking off, you can see other hallways that are higher up that seems to be connected in different areas that you don't see where yours connects to it. You can see the lava lake itself seems to have strange iron and bronze like pipes coming out of it that look to almost glow. And you notice just for a moment something catches your eye. Some sort of bobbing object in the lava seems to just for a moment bob up and then disappear back under the flow.
What it looks like.
With a rough white top to it at first, it almost appeared as if it was like bone-like material. You didn't see much more than the top of its head, body surface, and roughly couldn't get a good enough look. But you can see that lava lake continues on throughout the entirety of this area, from what you can tell, these mini hallways that continue through. Yeah.
Guess we'll continue down this path then.
All right. Another 10, as you continue on another 10 feet, you come to a cross section. Looking to your left, you can see it opens up to that massive lava lake to the north of you, where you can see what looks to be those pipes going through all throughout it, and other like strange objects kind of flowing out of the lava itself. To your south, or to your right, you just see that it seems to curve off into another direction as the hallway takes a hard turn, almost about 10 feet from where you're standing currently.
Is that the only pass?
Yep. Or you can go backwards.
Yeah. There's a level like, is that like in the open, or is it still like in a building?
No, it looks to be the hallway itself seems to almost be suspended over it as you walk, or as you'd be walking. So you're far above it, but it looks to be just a natural cavern.
Cavern, so there's no like openings out to like space.
It's, I mean, well, it's a deep open space. Yeah, 100 feet of basically nothing but empty space, and then lava down at the very bottom of it. And like I said, you can see pipes kind of coming out of it, and other amalgamations of machinery coming out of the lava. But that's almost 100 feet below you.
Scary bridge or random tunnel?
Hmm.
Well, I mean, if we try to fly over a bridge, I can turn anyone who can't fly into a bird. Done it before.
I feel like that might honestly be the better option.
So bridge?
Yeah.
Bridge it is.
Okay. As you start heading down the long bridge, you see as the lava below seems to have strange, scaly-like creatures kind of going up and down in the lava, almost as if they're swimming. You see the two lakes, or the two flows that look like two rivers almost seem to, about 50 feet up from that lower area, the lava just seems to cascade from the walls, almost as if like a sick and hot waterfall has been created. As you watch this, the heat starts to really build up above you lot. And you can hear the sounds of clashing metal, the sounds of creatures screaming as they're pickaxing into walls, and just the sounds of the lava bubbling and the heat emanating up above it, with steam on the occasion floating. You all see this massive pit that seems to go on and on. As you start going forward, though, about halfway down the bridge, you all can see a very large circular object, kind of floating about 90 feet above the pit, so about 10 feet below all of you. A strange bronze object that's almost roundish, with like little nubs kind of sticking out of it, that you can see are turning almost a bright glowing red. And pipes that seem to go further into the wall that seem to come out of this giant circular metallic object, that seem to filter more and more lava into whatever those pipes are, going towards the central area.
Is there magic coming from this big orb or from the pipes?
Yes, you sense transmutation magic. Though the spell isn't familiar to you, the rough understanding of the spell is what it's pulling metal out of the lava and turning it into solid pieces to go further into wherever those pipes go.
Gotcha.
You'd guess this is probably a spell specifically to the Seven Hells.
Oh yeah, they're fucking
Getting stuff done.
fabricating an army.
Yep. But as you continue looking about, you also see a suspension bridge about 20 feet right above you as well. That seems to go basically east to west. That kind of sways in the air, and seems to continue into other rooms and such itself. Not at all connected to you lot, but yeah. As you though continue forward, kind of pushing past the crates and leftover debris of equipment here and there. Or, well, not equipment, but rather just empty boxes that look to have been scattered about. At the very end of the suspension bridge is a simple skeleton that looks almost to be bleached, as the bones are perfectly white, wearing a strange-looking plate mail that slightly glows with a magical presence. Not a specific spell cast on it, but definitely looks to have been an enhanced piece of equipment from what you can tell with detect magic. And it just seems to be laying there. No obvious showings of wounds. The skeleton in perfect condition. It looks to be roughly about 5 foot tall. You notice one of its ankles is the bones are a little more connected. It's almost one solid piece. But the rest of the skeleton looks almost normal, besides being perfectly bleached.
What schools?
The magic on the armor is just an enhancement, like a +1, +2, +3 piece of equipment.
Do I detect any necromancy or shit? What's the fucking other one? Let me find it.
I'll save you a second. You do not.
Yeah. No transmutation?
Nope.
Cool. Hey, Chiggy.
Yeah.
Go poke it.
I'm interested with the skeleton though, with the more
You seem to
Tetrite
like
and-
touching things here. You
Yeah,
like skulls, right? Go touch that one.
that skull's not very interesting. The leg's interesting though. Could I try and glean what the purpose of the fused bone
Yeah,
is?
give me a medicine check.
Medicine. So did the foresight go through? And is
Uh-huh.
it just like the? Okay.
It just hasn't. There's been nothing that's it's not been activated for anything specific yet.
23.
Uh, you're pretty familiar with human biology. You're not sure if this is purely a human, but you'd guess at the worst case it's a half human. It's definitely a human of some sort, though. And as you look at it, you realize that's a clubfoot, which is it's a pretty standard medical condition for people who are typically on the larger side.
You put Cameron in.
But as you look about his equipment, you do start to notice a few more things. He carries a strange golden sword. The blade itself being made of this like gold-like material that seems somewhat stronger. That suddenly makes itself more appear as you are looking at the club foot. It's almost a strange bit of something that was cloaking it seems to vanish around the sword itself. You also see a large red shield on the back with the depiction, as you're kind of looking at the body and getting a full examination. It looks to be a depiction of a dwarf with a very long golden beard on it.
Shit, is that King?
Do I recognize this at all? Place it in history.
Give me a history check.
History check. Oh, that's a 21.
You do. One of the adventurers, a dwarf named Blue, had joined you. He said that he had mentioned during when he was signing up that his tavern had fallen on hard times ever since the conquest and destruction of the dwarven lands, and that he had signed up as a guild member or as a mercenary to make a couple extra bucks and hopefully learn a few things, and maybe learn the secret to making a proper ambrosia, as supposedly it's made by the gods themselves. And he figured the domain of paradise would be the place to check.
No. What items
What's up?
did he have? What items did he have?
When you
Before
saw
we
him, he had nothing of note. He looked to be a low-ranking adventurer. He had a couple of swords, some daggers on him, but nothing was magical or enchanted on his gear.
Someone shoved some gear on him.
Or he found it. And if it's found here, I don't really trust it. You guys can grab it if you want.
Well, I'm more concerned. We haven't been here long. He put on gear he supposedly found, and now he's dead. So.
Yep.
I will mention, as I did state, the bones are also bleached white.
Yeah.
Very incinerated very quickly.
Yeah, I'm good.
As you, if you want to inspect the body further, you can see if you can glean anything else off of it, or you can continue
No,
forward.
I think I'm good. You guys want to loot it? Any of you?
I mean, I'm not risking cursed gear on items that don't even help me.
Smiggy? It's not my color.
Nah, bro. I ain't touching that shit.
All right. As you all kind of examining it, realizing the potential of it being cursed, decide to continue on. The last thing you all notice, with a passive perception you all have, is the sword has a very gleaming mark on it. The sword reads Regicide.
Oh fuck that! Oh fuck that sword!
I don't
Why
recall.
is it? I said I would destroy it. Why is it still here? God damn it!
It went to hell, obviously.
No, the guy who destroyed it was in hell. Damn it! I mean, I'll admit it's a good sword. I hate the downside it has. Stupid sword.
All right. Though, as you continue down the hallway, you come to an end where you see the path continues off to the right. For roughly 100 or so feet, you can see that there's definitely some sort of bridge right above it in the stonework, because the ceiling is slightly lowered in one specific section, about 25 feet in front of you. Only by a few inches, but it's just enough to catch your guys' attention with all of your guys' passive perception to note that something is off right there. About 5 feet in front of you, though, the hallway also makes an abrupt turn to the left with a separate hallway you could continue down. You can hear the clashing of metal coming from down that hallway, but otherwise, nothing else catches your attention.
Are we talking about like controlled repetitive clashing or the clashes of combat?
It sounds, it's almost as if it's a continuous hammering, almost a rhythm of the sounds of metal on metal smacking.
Okay. Alright. More like crafting then. Okay.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Well, boys.
Someone else make a decision.
And to give a highlight of roughly what you've seen so far, do any of you have cartographer skills?
Yes.
Cool. Give me a D20 plus proficiency bonus.
All right.
I was really expecting everyone to say no. Alright, that's a pretty good surprise.
I will say it's probably one of the most useful skills to have in my world, in my opinion.
That'd be a 19.
All right, so I'm just gonna publish this for the whole group. This is as you all see as Noop is kind of doodling and like a rough piece of paper, kind of designing out what he's seeing on the map, and this is what you roughly get, Noop, as you're looking about.
Best to know where you're going, so you don't go where you've been.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But as you look about, as I said, you can either continue straight ahead. That'll take you down an easternly path that you can see a couple of doorways go to little side areas, you're guessing, or other paths potentially. And then, like I mentioned, only 5 feet in front of you, a path that continues up north, that where you can hear the rhythmic sounds of, as Minnie described it, crafting.
We're gonna go visit the door or the forges, guys.
Whatever's crafting up there. I mean,
What'd you say it was?
I said
You
forging.
fucker? Yeah. I heard you starting to say dwarves.
Who said dwarves? You said dwarves?
oh.
I'll fucking kill you.
Can you do it later? We kind of need them right now.
Sure.
Thank you. All right, well, I like the sound of east.
You want to go east or you want to go north?
East sounds fun.
West, yes, east.
No, not west.
West.
All right.
Not west.
As you begin walking down that hallway, continuing on the path and ignoring the northern straight where you can see it seems to lead further down, as you kind of look down the hallway just as you're walking past, it seems to lead about 15 feet further down into another, what is an obvious stone door, almost identical to the ones that you had, or the one you had ran into earlier that Smiggy had intelligently figured out how to open.
Wow, he solved the riddle.
Yes. But as you continue down east, you see immediately about another 5 feet a doorway that just states on the door, carved in stone in common, it reads, "If you wish to fight the leader of this floor, open this door."
Well,
Interesting
do
depiction.
we wanna? I mean, it sounds interesting.
Well,
Very enticing, I guess. What is beyond it? Like where to
So
continue?
if you open the doorway, you'd find out, but it's a
No,
solid.
I'm talking like.
Continuing
that
on east. It looks about another 20 feet roughly. You would see another door, similar with the same words written on it. The exact same words, in fact. And then
The
it
same
seems,
wall?
It seems to be the same type of door. It seems to be
Was it
identical.
on like the same
Yep, on
same
the
side?
same wall, on the same side. Yep.
Big room.
As you look at, but continuing on another about 10 feet beyond that, you see the hall opens up to a southern hallway that you can see it light emanating from, similar to what you had seen when you looked at the pathway that led over a lava lake earlier. And you can also see that continuing all the way down the full roughly 50-ish feet from where you're at right now will open up to another hallway that goes both north and south. So there are many options for the pathway.
Okay, based on the size of the door and the materials it's made of, would it be possible for me to open it up just enough to take a peek on what's inside?
Well, as you look at the door, it's just made of solid stone. I mean, you can roll to see if you know what the stone is specifically. But it looks to be, if it's in a similar working matter to what the one that Smiggy moved, you figure you could probably just easily push on it and it would open. However, from what you saw, that when Smiggy opened the door earlier, even the lightest touch seemed to cause the thing to open completely.
Well, if we do go beyond these doors, we won't get to know what's inside till it's too late. Can I
Can
roll
you
to find
see through walls?
Can you see through walls? Surprisingly, no.
That's kind of anyone in the party could.
Oh.
I got a pretty good sense about these things, but I don't know. I don't know if I could see through it. Could I see through it?
No, but Stone Cunning can give you, if you want to roll it's just a d20 plus your proficiency to tell if there's anything unique about the stonework or if it gives away any details. But otherwise, yeah, you wouldn't.
Vibes. I'll roll.
Okay.
Just to see. D20. It's 18 plus 6, so 24.
Smiggy, you've spent your time traveling the world a little bit, seeing the sights, noting the pieces of
I'm an old
history
fucker.
that are unique. And you did spend, unfortunately, like many other adventurers, some time in Dragon's Gate during the chaotic periods it went through. The stone looks to be almost identical to the same stuff the wall materials were made of in that city, from what you can tell. A very
No
tough
fucking
mineral
way.
that seems to be almost somewhat magically absorbent. Not that it's actively like sucking away your magic, but you get the sense that if you tried to cast a spell, it might absorb it.
Interesting. Huh.
What have you
Good to know.
divined?
I mean,
Smiggy?
I'll relay this to the party.
Okay.
Oh, wow, you seem to know a lot about these rocks.
Yeah, and
No, I'm just saying.
because I'm a dwarf, you being fucking racist. You fucking racist.
Whoa, man, whoa, that's a lot of assumptions, man. I would never assume that. I just thought it was a little
Smiggy,
weird.
as you mentioned the comment of racism, you see suddenly as all of you suddenly notice a bunch of sabers or scimitars just suddenly appear almost out of the ethereal plane itself as they sparkle all around Nuke Dog, surrounding his neck. As you see skeleton hands holding them. And for a moment, Shiggy, your foresight finally activates, and you see a very large, round dwarf with a massive mohawk, just angry. And it seems to, for a second, just kind of come to your mind, and you see the strings attached to the bone arms, leading further to the north as the vision seems to cut out in your head suddenly. I will also mention the scrying orb you felt earlier, Smiggy and Minnie, just almost disappears immediately upon the skeleton hands showing up.
No, man, I would never assume that I would never claim being racist, man. No, I just thought it was like, I've never noticed. Like, to me, honestly, these rocks look just like normal everyday rocks. But the fact that you were able to find the difference in them honestly astounds me. Like, I draw maps, man.
Slowly,
You know more
the
than me.
scimitars disappear into the etherealness again.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought.
Now, gentlemen, I did see where those things were coming from. If you want to head that way.
Oh shit.
Yeah, let's do it.
You saw that they the strings that led through stone walls and other
Yeah,
pathways.
out
Ru-
of the paths I've been given, what
uh,
roughly would bring us to where that would be?
You are not sure. You know it's north. So your estimation would be taking a northern path should get you there, but given how winding these paths are, you have yet to see one that cleanly goes straight to where. What you saw in your vision was this dwarf was sitting in a large, almost Colosseum-like room with stone pillars, sand, dust, bones scattered about. The sand itself being almost this reddish color. And a massive lava lake almost like splitting it in half for a moment. But the pathway there wasn't very clearly shown.
Now, I say I know the general direction, but these paths are pretty winding. Now, I'll point the general direction where I saw
Yeah,
the
if you
strings.
just point
coming from.
north. Basically, you point at the door that Noop was just talking about when mentioning Smiggy's attention to detail and ability to recognize the material.
But I know it's not this room, right?
No, you're just pointing in that general direction.
Yeah.
The doorway is still
Really?
shut with that door.
Didn't we pass a way that went in that direction a little while ago?
We did. Yeah.
Want to try that?
Why not?
We can-
You're the map man.
I mean, we can backtrack a little bit and go north.
I opened the map and head back.
Go ahead and give. I'm gonna actually have you do another d20 with proficiency. I'm gonna say at disadvantage for this roll to see if you can figure out the rough layout of the this lower area.
Oh, me?
No, Noop.
Oh,
Noop, who's
Gotcha.
got the cartography skills, to see if
Gotcha,
he
gotcha,
recognizes enough
gotcha.
of the natural area around him.
That'd be a 7.
Yeah, so you get nothing. It's the seven hells, Noop. You are pretty good with topography normally. Drawing maps is one of the few things you're well known for, and is one of the main reasons you were hired on amongst the adventuring crew or the mercenary crew. But you've never been here, and there's not much history on how the seven hells act. All you know is roughly that nothing is like the mortal plane.
Well, I knew this was going to be hard, but I didn't think it was going to be this hard. Ground
Now-
changing even walk.
Now, seeing the that dwarf, could I think if I or try and figure out if I know anything about them or who they
Yeah.
are?
Give me a history check.
History check. That's a 23.
With a 23, you have heard of a famous dwarf with a mohawk, but he was fit and was able to cut down one of the most legendary wizards of this time period, and almost took him and his entire compatriots out single-handedly. The creature you saw was really large and fat. You're almost 100% sure if it wanted to try and spot anything beneath its gut, it would not be able to. And probably hasn't seen its feet in many a millennia.
You better not say it in its face. You might get attacked by some ghosts.
I don't plan to. But still try
Are we
that
taking northern path?
Yeah, let's go take the northern path. I think this would be best.
Okay. As you all start to circle back, now are you just going to be going to that pathway that head north into what Minnie depicted as a crafting sound area? Or are you going to go all the way back to that first room that you entered in and try and walk through that area that seemed to or have a doorway in front of it that you all ignored that went north?
There's a lot of new options, boys. We gotta choose one.
You know,
The DM said, hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
And I'm just giving you there. No, this isn't a hint, no nudge. I'm just depicting exactly what the two northern paths are that you have
Very
found
well,
so far.
DM. I shall take thy hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
We'll head back to the first room.
The door.
All right. As you come back to that doorway, you see the words on it has changed. The words now read on this doorway way back at the beginning, next to the teleportation circle on the left of you. It reads now, only those who believe in the true beyond will be able to pass.
This door seems to like changing.
Or someone changed the writing. We're being followed, boys.
Oh boy.
Well,
All right, who wants to try open the door?
Real quick, what the hell is a beyond? I skipped history class.
I'll open it.
Okay. How so?
So I'm gonna take this amazing thing called my hand.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna try and push it open because I don't see a pull on, do I?
No, you don't even see a handle. It just seems to be a solid slab of stone, just like the rest of them, that just kind of
Yeah.
slightly juts out in a frame of a door.
I'll see if it'll push because there's clearly nothing to pull. So if it's a door, it's gotta be a push door.
As you do, as you start pushing up against it, give me a strength check.
I am very not. Actually, I'm decently strong. That's an 18.
Yeah, so as you start shoving, the door does not budge.
Maybe try pulling it to the side, like all the other doors worked.
You saying it's one of them sliding doors?
I think
I'll
it's
see
one
if
of the
it's
sliding doors.
Alright, give me another strength check.
It's a 4.
Yeah, as you go to pull it to the side, the door does not move.
Smiggy, you seem pretty good open doors.
Are we sure it's a door?
It could be a magic door.
Not at all.
We're not sure that it's a door.
Not in the slightest. It just
I
looks
believe
like
you.
the.
Vibes. I guess I'll fucking cast knock again.
You all hear Smiggy says vibes. You all know this slang that's very popular amongst the younger generation who's just tired of the world because everyone keeps dying. It's become a very common
Yeah.
term to have. Smiggy seems to be implementing it to make himself sound somewhat younger.
Exactly, motherfuckers.
Vibes.
This is-
Interesting
this is-
word.
This
I might try and
fucking
use it.
generation comes up with new fucking words every day.
Jiven.
Jiven?
Jiven.
Jiven? No.
Jiven.
Smiggy, so what are you going to try and do?
I cast knock.
Nothing happens.
Well, it's not a door. It's not locked by anything.
Well, there's only one other northern path to take then.
I put my hand on the door just in case.
As the whole party starts to turn and walk, Smiggy, you
Yeah.
put your hand on the door, and all of you, as you turn to look, Smiggy disappears.
All right,
that's
then.
good, guys.
Well, I guess he believes in the beyond. I clearly don't. I guess.
Smiggy, you suddenly find yourself sitting on a giant iron circular object with what looks to be, as you look around, it smells amazing in here. The smell of cooking meat, spices you've never smelled before. A large chunk of meat taller than you is just tossed onto the right next to you, along with strange green round objects that smell of feet. As weird liquid is poured onto them, and as you turn, feeling suddenly a hot mist on your back, you turn around. You see this massive, gargantuan, round dwarf.
Oh,
As it's looking down at you, drooling, with a fork and knife in hand.
what's up, brother man?
Smiggy, you suddenly feel magic pulling on you for a moment, and you suddenly teleport back in front of the doorway with your hand still on it. completely confused as your party is just staring, like looking panicked at the vanishing dwarf.
The wall ain't
I'll take my hand off the fucking door, thanks.
As you pull your hand away, for a second you feel the arcane energy kind of coming off of it, and then it seems to dissipate. Not a specific spell, just energy, raw energy, just flowing
And I
through the
didn't
stone.
detect any magic on it
No,
before.
it wasn't beforehand. No.
Well, Smiggy, I'm glad you believe in the beyond, and I apparently don't.
The walls ate Smiggy.
Whatever that is ain't the fucking beyond. Let's move, kiddos. And my eyes will crackle with electricity a little bit as I just freshen up my spell slots.
Okay. Preparing yourself. All right.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah, as you are all still on this, at that initial east to west hallway. Where would you lot like to go?
We're gonna try that forging area.
Okay.
Yeah, the clanging of metal.
As you turn back around and start jogging back down that further, going up that long bridge over the massive lake, the skeleton's gone.
Good.
Oh, I guess it just walked away.
I guess skeletons can just up and walk away.
Well, they do that sometimes. I mean,
Weird.
But as you lot continue down, you come to the end of the hall, turning left. You continue on. You see the doorway, and on the picture or on the doorway itself, as you're coming down this this northern hall, to your left you see immediately a small doorway that seems to just be a simple wood door that you can actually see through the cracks of. Without even having to roll, you can see another one of the teleportation circles. And with Smiggy's Detect Magic, you immediately recognize it's a teleportation spell. Where it goes, you're not sure, but it's definitely a teleportation spell.
Yeah, there's no runes or anything like an abyssal that says like
it just says
where it
teleport.
goes.
It's just a teleportation spell. As far as the abyssal runes on it, there's nothing fancy or anything that tells you would tell you where it goes.
Mhm.
As far as, but as you continue looking forward and looking to the north, you see another doorway. This one being still made of that strange bluish material of a doorway you saw earlier, similar again to that Dragon's Gate wall material. This time, though, the doorway seems to have a depiction of a very fit dwarf with a mohawk and a massive battle axe in one hand, and the head of what looks to be some sort of decapitated humanoid with long flowing hair and just like pointed ears, but you're not exactly sure. It could be a gnome, it could be a dwarf. There's no beard on it, just long flowing hair. It could be a human, it could be a Goliath. You're not 100% sure based on the creature.
someone got history earlier that this guy apparently killed a powerful caster. Do they know who that was?
Nope. The name was never given. It was not as commonly known who it was. They were just stated to be a caster on par with a roughly would be a demigod.
Very cool. How close is the banging of metal now?
On the other side of the doors, you can hear it.
Oh, this door. There's nowhere else to go?
And if
This
you're
hallway
going
ends?
north, yeah, it's just seems to be this doorway, and then, like I said, you have a hallway or a small or a wooden door with a teleportation circle inside of it to your left as well.
Well, want to go into this room that's got this really dangerous guy depicted on the door?
Let's do it.
Okay, how are you gonna open the door?
Hey, is this door magical, Smiggy?
Hey, shut the fuck up. You
Uh,
touch it with your hand this time.
Smiggy, your detect
Jackass.
magic is going off all around you. Someone is using a spell to summon something around you. You can tell it's necromancy school, but the spell, you don't recognize it.
What?
To summon something
Yes.
with necromancy.
Correct. Doesn't take
Not
much to figure it out
conjuring,
from there.
It's necromancy.
Correct, it's necromancy.
quick world question.
Yeah. What's up?
Is it... I thought you couldn't make undead things.
Correct.
Gotcha. Well... hey boys, you seeing anything with your future sight? Any
see
spidey
anything.
senses tingling?
Chiggy, nothing's going off for you.
Nope, nothing.
Alright. Well...
Is there something I should be sensing?
No, don't fucking worry about it. Just go touch the door. And I'll
Alright,
back
Steve.
up 10 feet.
You fill me with so much confidence, Mickey.
You're welcome.
Um,
I'm a very wise and fair leader.
Backs up another 5 feet.
Let's float out of the way of the doorway a little bit.
yeah. Chiggy, as you're about to touch the door, you get a vision of a some sort of skeleton on the other side in full plate, working at a smith, hammering something. You're not. It shows you. It depicts you standing in the doorway and having a conversation while the creature hasn't moved. Seems to continue to focus as the sight seems to dissipate just as suddenly.
Does it have a club foot?
It does not.
Oh, that's different.
All right.
Yeah. So how are you gonna open the door?
With my gloved hand.
All right. As you go to push, are you just gonna push on it? You gonna slide it to the side? What are you doing here?
What does it look like? Is it like the same doors that
It
we've
looks
been interacting with?
pretty similar, except this one being made of a different material, made of that strangish bluish rock that seems to be more mineral or metal than actual stone.
Okay. Then I'll open it the similar way of like a sliding door.
Okay. As you go to do it, give me a strength check.
All right. I'm good at those. Oh wow, 17.
Smiggy, your detect magic immediately goes off as you can feel something go off. The magic spell that was cued on this door to activate and make its presence known almost immediately upon the opening of the door sucks away a 9th level spell slot. But as Chiggy opens it, nothing happens. As the spell goes off, Chiggy feels kind of a strange, like almost a wrapping around of you for a moment. Like it's slightly hard to breathe for a second, Chiggy, and then it almost dissipates as soon as it hits, as soon as it arrives. As the door opens.
non-magic person opened the door.
Yeah. But as the door opens, you just see this short, 4'5" skeleton hammering at some metal, wearing full plate, with strange depictions on the armor of some sort of creature. As it seems to be hammering away at something that hasn't taken full shape. It looks to be just a metal bar as if it's just getting ready to start crafting. But as you look around, you see in the room there are all along the walls there are stabs, there are weapons, armors, things you've never seen. The room almost seems to go on and on as it expands the more you all look around. You see different metal bars stacked up on the side with different materials. Any of you who have any understanding of smithing tools will almost recognize this room. The metal itself that's being kind of like stacked up in ingots is metals from all around the world, and some of them that aren't even existent on the mortal plane, but only in other planes of existence. As you look about, and yes, before someone asks, there is bananium there.
Hey.
No, I don't think we were going to, but it's good to know.
Thank you.
But yeah, as you see, the skeleton just seems to be hammering away at this piece of metal. It doesn't even turn as you all hear suddenly a voice in your head that goes, "And who do I owe the pleasure of interrupting my craftsmanship?"
Don't names have power.
"Yes, but you lot are mortal, and therefore your names are worth nothing to me."
Good to know. I am Shigi.
Jeff.
So, Chiggy and Jeff, nice to meet you. The other two, the Asimar and the Deep Gnome.
I'm impartial to the name Bill today.
Bill.
Emphasis on ass.
Why?
Yeah.
Really that bad? No, whatever.
I mean, you can smell him.
Does he smell bad?
To Smiggy and Minnie, so Helly, well, to most races are depicted as smelling as pretentious and having a stick up there, tend to have a very rich scent to them naturally, as they are very well groomed, very clean individuals. One of the few races that very much takes a lot of interest in its hygiene. So, unlike your compatriots, yes, Noop would smell bad, not necessarily weird to most of you would be more accurate, because he would smell of like fruity soaps, perfumes, as this is just something like normal for a heli to wear.
Well, anyway, I'm Clara. The pony here is Lord Death the Seventh.
The skeleton turns as it stops suddenly and goes, "You know I can see your true names, correct?"
Probably.
And why'd you ask?
You know, that's a fair point. Must be leftovers from when I was mortal. As it goes back to hammering. I don't get many guests down here, as you can imagine, so conversation's a very rare thing. What can I do you lot for?
Do you know how to get out of this place?
Well, of course. I mean, obviously, I just choose to stay here as I wish.
Very fair. Because they have a nice gig here with all the medals and stuff. Who do you get the medals yourself?
Give me an intelligence check. Smiggy, you pick up a spell go off almost immediately. The skeleton has cast something, again, a magic you're not familiar with, but you recognize what it does, and it's sensing his ability scores.
It's for me?
Yes.
Intelligence check?
Correct.
Right.
Well, intelligence save, my bad.
Intelligence save?
Yeah,
okay,
it is a
that's
save.
Let's say 29.
Oh, yeah, you managed to just barely save. As the creature looks at you, kind of turns and looks at you, tilts the skull, like fully skull, and just kind of nods and goes back
How
to
is
hammering.
An interesting read.
It stops and goes, "You can sense my magic. Interesting."
And you can sense mine. We're all kind of fucking magic here.
Well, I cannot sense your magic. The room can.
Ah, of course. The room. Look around.
Suddenly you see like 3 arcane eyes appear on the wall.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. And are you bound here?
I was banished here and got stuck here. Last thing I remember, I was fighting a Tikva Silver Song, one of my cousins of the Zarius clan, and a few others. I think they went by Rejected Potential. They banished me here at the beginning of the fight, and I came back for a moment, was banished once more, and I couldn't leave, and I was killed down here. Unfortunately, I've been stuck ever since.
Huh. Bunch of motherfuckers.
Truly, I was just there doing my job as a guard. It wasn't my fault that I didn't expect Tenham to be attacked like that. Let alone him to get knocked out in a boxing match.
I thought you said you were free to roam.
This floor.
This floor.
What
What's in the
happens
big
if you
room?
try to leave? What's happened when you do try?
Well, the issue is you have to fight your way through the 2 who lead the factions on this floor. They both guard the gateways through, and I can't beat either of them. One of them ate my soul, which is why I'm now stuck here, and can't go back by normal means. Also, some asshole made it so the undead can't go back to the mortal plane. However, I didn't die, and I don't know why. From my understanding, I shouldn't be capable of existing.
Are you a
Conundrum
ginger?
up here.
Is he a ginger?
He is just a skeleton. There's no flesh.
Are you a ginger?
It looks.
Because you don't really need a soul to be alive.
No, I was born with black hair.
I don't know. I feel like you're ginger at heart.
Well, you can change that.
Well, I can't manifest a physical form and flesh and all that any longer. Also, but I must ask, are you not from the mortal plane?
Nah.
No. Fair enough then. Never mind.
So the two faction leaders. Do you
But
know
what if we
they are?
were?
He turns, ignoring Smiggy now. And he goes, the two faction leaders? What was your question about it? It looks to Chiggy again. Your question on the two faction leaders? Who are they?
Who are they? What do they look like? What can they do?
One is known, I believe, as Nazarick. He was a famous mortal, but if you lot are not from the mortal plane, you may not know of him. He was once king of the Isle of Man, before his untimely demise. And then the second is the giant dwarf, formerly known as Tenem of House Zarius. It seems that he returned to his original form before the boon he was given took effect. Last I saw, he now eats pretty much anything that enters his domain. If you're looking for either, in fact, I can actually, and he starts pulling out a map. I have a map of the floor if you are interested in. I'm willing to sell this to you, if you have something to barter. I will not take coin, of course, as you can imagine. The hells don't offer much to buy with coin.
What about Chiggy's
What?
soul?
No.
I don't buy and trade in souls. However, if you know a way to trade
Well,
in
you
souls,
lost a soul, so you need one, right?
Yeah, you're right. You should give him yours.
in theory, it's possible that I could go back to the mortal plane if I was able to trade a soul. However, I don't
What
know
if you
how.
merged with one?
I mean, it's possible. We could also possibly remove my entire existence, giving my knowledge to whoever I merged with.
Would you say it's worth a shot?
Not in the slightest.
Well, I guess you're down to chill here for all eternity then.
Or I'll just wait until your remains are left and eat what's left. It's much easier to take over the leftovers after the the faction leaders take a bite out of you. I see one of you
Yum.
has already met His Highness, as he looks to Smiggy.
Yeah. He seemed to like that I called him Brother Man, because he let me go.
The wall?
I think he's talking about the big dwarf.
Well, then,
Yeah,
I will give you a tip.
the plus-sized one.
You've interested me. You do have my curiosity here. So I do wish to at least give you a tip. Depending on which of those doorways you manage to get through, will change his form and what he looks like and what he's capable of doing. I don't know about the other one.
Now, by change form, do you mean a weaker form, stronger form, or just alternate?
I am not 100% sure how to answer that because, while weaker to some, may not be weaker to others. Is he less effective in raw combat if he is, depending on which doorway you go through? Yes. But in some capabilities, his magic would increase, or his fiendish capabilities may increase. It truly depends on which of the, three doorways, or three doors you open.
I thought there was two.
There's a third, but I doubt you want to go through it.
Well, for the map, I have this rare vial of material plane jellyfish stingers.
Takes a minute, so looks at it and goes, May I see the item? He holds out his hand.
For the map, yes.
He hands you. He just kind of grabs the map and hands you the map and goes, and then takes the vial from you. The map doesn't open as you get handed it, but as you hand him this vial, wait, what's the you motherfucker? I see what you have.
Vial of jellyfish stingers.
He kind of looks over and goes, actually, I can use these for something. Yes. I'm willing to trade in exchange, and he kind of hands you back the vial, or hands out back out the vial, and goes, if you are willing to part with it. Of course, if you're not, I fully understand.
They are very rare, but I am willing to part with it.
He nods and goes, then yes, I would love to take your these stingers. These will be of very much use to me. And the map suddenly unfoils, and you see this.
Oh boy.
As you are in that top left area in that small room, as you can see. Do note that some of the halls go underneath each other, and so that's why they don't all connect. Yeah, what's up?
I don't think there's anything.
Oh, okay. And he as the map unfurls, he takes the stingers out, almost immediately opens the jar and pours the stingers into the forge, and you see purple smoke kind of start to immediately bloom out of the forge, and you all feel massive arcane energy just flowing throughout the smithy. Smiggy, because fuck you for your detect magic, he just upcasted to 9th level. What's the name of the exact spell? Give me a sec. I can never remember this spell. What is it called again? Enhance ability. I always want to call it ability score improvement, but yeah, enhance ability. Up to 9th level.
Okay, so I know that spell gives you advantage.
Correct.
On something. What's he given himself?
You can tell his proficiency bonus almost just quadrupled.
Yo, sick. Look him go.
As he starts hammering away at the materials, and you start to see the weird metal bar that none of you were able to figure out what kind of metal exactly it was earlier, as it looked to be an amalgamation, starts to take the shape of a jellyfish like stinger as he kind of hammers it out, and it gets longer and longer, and out pops a longsword as the handle almost seems to appear out of nothing as he pulls it out of the forge, as it's still on fire. The metal turns a slight purplish color and drips with a strange, like poison. With the detect magic, you immediately recognize that the spell on it is a paralysis effect. It is a spell that just causes paralysis upon hit. You have to make the DC to succeed on it, basically. And as he pulls it out of the forge, he goes, still not good enough. And he kind of tosses it to the side, and you watch as it flies in the air and immediately magnetizes to one of the walls and hangs itself.
Damn.
No. It hangs itself up on display, not like it. No.
Oh man. Poor sword.
Wow, it just
you know
sped
what? Fine.
around.
The door, the sword becomes sentient and immediately gives up on life, and you watch as a rope appears around it, and it hangs itself, just hanging there now from the ceiling.
Oh my god.
Wow, that's fucked up.
You use all your weapons that aren't good enough.
He looks over and goes, "Oh, someone's soul must have gotten into it again."
Why don't you use that soul to get out of here?
Oh, I have no control. I'm not a soul cat. Do I look like someone who's capable of using souls? I was a cleric when I was alive.
You just did, right then.
No, I make the item, and there's so many souls here without bodies because of asshole number one that suddenly decided people couldn't come back from the dead, appeared out of nowhere, and now souls are stuck down here, and they keep taking over my equipment. My hammer screams at me every time I use it. I will say, though, I did forge a weapon for a guy at one point that I put his little brother in it, and that sword didn't stop screaming worth a damn.
Screw you, DM. Getting still stuck with that stupid sword.
Now, for the
He looks at Noop and kind of looks at him, smiles, and goes, with a creepy bone-like smile, as if he's trying to, but it looks more very. It's almost hard to sense if you weren't high enough level that the creature is somewhat smiling and laughing at that with a sense of humor. As the bones kind of clatter a little bit in the sound underneath his armor, and he goes, I've tried using the other side of the hammer, but every time I do, it still screams. The metal screams, the fire screams, the forge screams. Everything in here screams, and I'm starting to realize it really is the Seven Hells. It's like everything's being tortured.
Try a silence spell, man.
I think I'd die. Also, my spells
Why?
haven't worked in a long time. You know, I've been trying to. I've been hoping a mortal would come through here and explain to me what the hell happened to the god I worship, because all my divine energy has been gone since I arrived here.
What god?
I served the old the High King. He formerly known as Stone, the king of all.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
How? How do you kill a god?
A lot of high-level adventurers got very angry.
What
There was
adventurers?
Yeah, from my understanding, there was a battle on the final floor. A new guy took over, lasted all 3 days, then he vanished.
Floor? What do you mean?
Hmm?
What do you mean floor?
Like,
What?
I guess
They were on the floor? Like what?
his domain. They fought in his castle.
Oh, you mean on his beach?
Beach?
Yeah, his domain's he's well known for whenever I saw him, those very few times when he granted me my powers as a young cleric, was he was sitting on a beach in a nice suit, drinking some sort of black liquid out of a mug.
Well, the point is, they had a
buddy.
fight to the death, and he was never
His
seen again.
beach.
Huh. He kind of looks about and goes, I didn't think it was capable of killing. That explains a lot. You know, there's a guy that came through here a while back by the name of Bardris. He came down here saying something about wanting a sword and mentioned he was going to claim a bunch of... He had a Yuan T chick that was falling. She might be able to help you a lot better than I can. She's traveled further down on the floors. She's in the central room, if you look on that map. Not the Coliseum, but that central room with the big red door. By the way, don't go through the big red door, or you'll... Well, as he looks up and down.
That's the third. That's the third entrance to the.
Well, I don't think so. Might be. I don't remember.
You don't remember. Thank you.
It's been a long time. You know, it's been at least 50 years since something like that happened. Maybe less. I don't. Time flows weirdly down here.
It's only been 5 minutes.
He looks about you and goes, "Oh, it's not been 5 minutes." He goes, "If you look at the..." And suddenly a clock appears in his hands, and you can watch it spinning fast. And as you look at it, Noop, you suddenly see the number pop up of 2. It just seems to almost like project from the clock itself, just a big 2 in front of you.
Damn, it's only been 2 minutes.
No one else sees this as the Noop looks at this.
So it's been 2 minutes.
Oh no,
God.
that's 2 centuries.
Oh,
Clock's been faulty, but
Yeah, the clock is tied to the mortal plane. It tells me how much time has passed.
Oh my God. I had a souffle in the oven. It's gonna be burnt.
I don't know what a souffle is, but I guarantee if you were cooking it, it probably doesn't exist anymore.
Don't worry, it's a heat.
along with what we were cooking it in probably also does not exist anymore.
Truly.
Honestly, I'm kind of fine with that. All my friends and family were already dead.
You are
My only friend is Shiggy.
You lot are a depressing group.
We're depressing. You made a sword that hung itself.
very true.
And you watch as he kind of pulls out another, this time pulling out a rapier as it appears, and he looks at it and goes, "Still not right." And he throws it, and immediately you see something kind of like a blue light flashes through the room, slamming into the sword. The sword begins to speak for a minute and starts to dance in a strange language of primordial, making some chants about something about a or a rainstorm coming, and then immediately the sword cracks and shatters.
Well, I heard what it said before it shattered.
So you catch on as it just chants about a rainstorm that was coming that would end the world and continue until the entire world became nothing but water.
Well, good thing that's 2 centuries later.
Well, which way are we going, boys? Are we going to that center room to look for this supposed Yuan T, or...?
Wait, what, Yuan T?
There's apparently someone here that could help
That's what
us.
the guy said. He said
Damn,
she
fucking
us
shit.
more than... Yeah. Said she could help
Bye.
us more than he can.
Well, it was nice meeting you, sir. What was your name, by the way? We never caught that.
I don't remember my own name. You can just
I'll
call
call
me.
you-
You can just call me the cleric of Clan Zarius.
I'll call you Momonga.
Too long. I like Phil.
Please don't.
I'll
How
call
about
you
Bob?
Schwinga.
Okay, bye, Momonga.
He takes it. Okay.
Now,
Schwing.
would you like a vial of, I have another rare ingredient of seaweed for an item this time instead of a map?
It looks and goes, no, I have no, if you want to share one of my items off the wall, you're welcome to take them from me.
They cursed?
Oh, all of them, yes.
Oh,
Yeah, that checks
lovely.
out.
Yeah,
Have a good
we're in
day.
hell.
Yeah, he nods and goes, oh, yes, good days in hell. I will be at this forge for the rest of existence. It's like having a job.
Look on the bright side. You can work in your tan.
Yeah, you only have to be having a good time for about half a second, and that's a good day here.
Truly, I mean, it has been an interesting one. I haven't met mortals that have come through here, minus that strange short fellow that walked with a weird limp earlier.
Yeah, he died.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
we-
fucking dead.
No, he's not. He was just here moments ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
he got back up. Good for him.
What do you mean? The tiny human that was walking around?
Yeah, his bones were bleached.
I have not yet
Yeah,
met.
little dead guy.
Haven't met another skeleton, but good to know.
Maybe time's moving faster.
Where'd he go, by the way?
Last I saw him, he was heading up to one of the rooms up farther north. I'm guessing the Coliseum to go and fight. My guess is Tenem.
Oh, well,
How
good luck
little
to him.
was this guy?
Huh? How little? I don't know. 4'5", 5 foot, something like that.
What color hair?
I think he brown. He wore glasses, kind of short,
Oh,
a little chubby,
weird.
wearing full plate for some reason, and he had a big shield on his back. I don't think he could
Fucking
actually use the
limping.
shield.
Gotcha. Well, bye, Schwingo.
Let's go to that center room. Meet that person there, apparently.
It nods and it goes back to working on its the object or the hammering away in its furnace.
Ooh, one last question. There's teleportation circles around here. Where'd they go?
Don't know. Never used them.
Nice.
I should try sometime.
It's the seven hells, and most things lead to torture and demise. So I can think of a few reasons why not to use them.
Well, you seem to, seem fine.
I'm dead.
Yeah, so it can't get much worse than that, huh?
Hey, look on the bright side. It's harder to torture a skeleton.
You'd think so, but there's an interesting thing I call. There's some soul sorcerers on the lower floors that like to, take years off your life and make your soul.
Yeah, well, you
burn.
don't have a soul.
And you don't have years to take.
You know what? That's a good point. And he picks up the sword from the furnace,
wanna
and
come
you
with us?
see it's like a solid piece of metal. It's not even shaped. It's just literally a block of metal, long
Jesus.
enough for a sword, and with a handle on it. And he goes, I have an idea. And he turns and starts digging through a couple of bags and boxes, and you see him pull out this massive bag of holding. And he just starts shoving the metal into it, and suddenly you see him also click a button, or a button that appears on his smithy, and it shrinks down to into the palm of his hand, and he shoves it in his bag of holding, and he goes, I am gonna go find out what those teleportation circles do. It can't be
I want
worse
to
than
follow
this.
this guy.
This seems like a good idea.
And he kind of turns and starts walking through, kind of walks past you all. And looks immediately on the left or on his right as he's walking south. And he sees the wooden door with the teleportation circle in it. He kind of slams the door open and starts to walk in and goes, "Do any of you know magic?"
I got you, homie.
Perfect. Feel free to supercharge it. And he kind of stands it with his sword in hand.
I
what-
do so.
What spell slot level are you giving up for it? It will cost you a spell slot.
Yeah. I imagine if it's a teleportation circle, since that's a 5th level, I'll throw a 5th level spell slot into it.
Okay, as soon as you do, um, just for a brief second, Smiggy, as you're the only one who catches this, you hear an utter scream of pain as the skeleton vanishes. Something of as if someone has just been impaled and is just screaming out as they slowly die. And the circle
Like,
almost breaks and
like
snaps on
it
the
was
ground.
the skeleton, or like it
It
was
it did sound like it came from the
something on
skeletons.
the other end of the teleportation.
It did sound like it came from the skeleton's octane range as the creature vanished.
He's in a better place.
Uh, as Smiggy mentions this, the teleportation or the circle where the stones the stones the circle is drawn on immediately all start to crack, and a single small little bone suddenly just appears in the center of the circle, split and burnt.
Oh, he looked
Okay, maybe he's not in a better place.
Is there any magic left, Spiggy?
You want to follow him, Chiggy?
No, I want that bone.
You don't sense any magic coming from that bone.
Nope, no magic on the bone, and I wouldn't get close to it if I were you.
I was gonna say, Smiggy, you would know that magic circles can still activate even when cracked and somewhat falling apart. They're just a lot more chaotic when that happens.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah.
Start doing hundreds.
Exactly. All right.
Well,
Let's
do
go
we
see the
want to
real
go
team.
north and see if he's fighting still, or do we want to go south and go find whoever the UNT is?
I'm impartial. Don't care either way.
UNT, let's go.
All right, then.
All
South
right.
it is.
As you start heading down south, following the map, all the way down, over the lake again, continuing past that original hallway, that you have now walked over this bridge 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
Getting pretty good
I
at it.
flew over.
Fair. As you turn left, making another left, and as you come to the central room, you come out of the stairway, seeing the 2 doorways that seem to go off in somewhere else. Got it nailed up pretty good. Wait, what? Mapped out. Yeah.
Mapped out.
As you copy down the map, Noop, that Chiggy is looking at, you lot come to the center room where you see the 2 forges ablaze, and you see the Yuanti just smacking away at metal, making items and gear, putting it on what looks to be skeletons that are just standing still. Immediately you recognize there's no magic on the skeletons. They're not actually alive or moving. They're just there as armor stands. As you note, they've been the bones have been tied to a very thin piece of wood and seem to be holding the gear up. You count roughly around 100 sets of armor as this Yuanti is just hammering away and turns, and you all see as half of its face is fully like an abomination, scaled with green scales, slight little black spots all up and down it. The eye looks to be somewhat scarred, as it half of it seems to almost be coated in this like white film, while the other half of the eye is just able to kind of see you as it pushes to the side, trying to look as if something like covering and blocking it. The other side of the face looking almost perfectly human, as a gorgeous, almost absolutely stunning, black, long-haired female or human female with bright green eyes, one bright green eye looks at you. Their whole body, as you look up and down, looks to be as if half human of this gorgeous depiction of someone who tried to polymorph into a goddess in humanoid form. And the other half seems to be scarred and mangled pieces of snake and Yuanti flesh mangled in with human, as it's covered in a light silk covering that you can clearly see everything through. She turns, and the voice is almost deeper than you all expect, as it turns to look at you and goes, "Stop! Who are you?"
Travelers.
Really?
What's up, little mama?
In the
That's,
Nine Hells.
Siggy. I'm Smiggy.
Smiggy, I've heard of you.
Oh shit! You've heard of me?
Yeah, one of the floor leaders wants you dead really badly.
Is that dwarf guy?
No,
Really? We did?
I doubted it at the very least. It turns to Noop and says, What did you say, creature?"
I said, really? We've only been here for like a few minutes.
This again.
The creature suddenly kind of pulls out something out of its bag of holding as it looks at you and goes, "It says here, 300 years you all have spent down here." And it kind of looks at, moves it over and looks at each of you. And it comes to Chiggy and goes, and you all see as the number as it kind of starts to stand in front of Chiggy, starts just going faster and faster, and eventually stops at 9. And it goes, 900 years for you. Huh. You must have been here before. And it puts down the clock.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we've
Well-
only been here for an hour.
I have no idea. I don't. That's what the clock says. The clock's never wrong.
Interesting clock.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes. Do you wish for one?
For free?
No, we do not.
Smart one there. What can I do for you lot? As you can clearly see, I'm very busy with working on creations here. What can I do for your strange happening of a party? You know, a bunch of you lot came through here earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, some
What happened to them?
a lot of you. You just kept flowing in day after day.
Yeah, like 300.
Probably. I mean, maybe more, maybe less. I didn't count. They just kept annoying me. Kept coming in groups of 5 to 10 people. Each of them, she turns to the doorway that you see above, right up about 10 feet off the ground, with staircases kind of going to either side. Seems to pulsate with this red energy. Immediately, Smiggy, again, detect magic. It's an arcane gate. You don't know where it goes to, but you can recognize it's an arcane gate spell. That seems to be permanently cast on this doorway. And she goes,
fun.
she looks up and just kind of nods her head towards that and goes, they all went through that thing. If you lot want to go through it, feel free. I ain't gonna stop you.
What's on the other end?
Don't know.
You don't know. You're chilling in the room that houses the gate, and you don't know?
I didn't go through it.
And you're not worried about anything coming through it on the other end.
I am dead and in the 7 hells and single-handedly almost died to the old High King in his fucking chair. I don't fear anything that could come through that gateway.
What if it was him standing?
Well, he's dead. So if he's standing, I'd be pretty impressed. And she looks to Noop and goes, "What'd you say? Speak up, young man."
Even worse, he's dead and standing.
Well, I mean, everything's dead down here. You lot are dead, technically, until you get out of here. Longer you're down here, the more likely you're going to stay dead, and your souls will slowly start to die off. That's all because of that one asshole who decided to make undeath against the rules of the world. And now anybody who comes down to the 7 hells, their soul starts to slowly rot and it kills them, but piece by piece. My guess is you lot only have around 1,000 years until you'll be all gone.
You know, I keep hearing about this guy. Why? Why would he do that?
I don't know. Do I look like someone who was alive back when he gained a vendetta?
I mean, I don't know. You look pretty young to me.
You know, flattery will get you killed in here.
Oh.
Yeah. Devils and demons don't like flattery around here, especially from creatures they consider weaker than them. Now, I'm mortal, was mortal myself. I'm just a stuck soul.
Or what do they do like?
How long does your soul got?
It doesn't. I can't leave.
Ah.
And what do they like? Good question. Ask him. I know the village eater, he's on the next floor. He has a thing for tieflings. Really likes using them as patrons and servants. I think he's got his champion down there for pissing off one of the Beyond Gods. Might be able to get information out of him. Or if you can
Keep that in
spring
mind.
him, he'd be useful to you a lot. He's probably the only one that's come down here that's not losing his soul because he was forced to come by one of them demons. Or devils, I don't know. Fiends, they're all fiends to me.
Interesting. Well, we met a skeleton who told us to meet you here. That you'd be useful or helpful.
Oh, did Bill finally gain his memories back?
His name is
his name is
Bill.
Bill?
No,
Oh.
that's what I just call him because he doesn't seem to know his name.
I call him Bob.
I called him Schwinga.
Phil, pretty close though.
She looks at you.
No, that guy fucking died.
That's sad. He's one of the few people who actually understood how to kill Tenem. He was there when Tenem died, so he's the only one who knows the truth of how he became a fiend.
Yeah.
Unless you happen to know that one woman he was with. I don't know where she is. She had a big black dick that she was carrying around on a stick that she was smacking people with. Really angry a lot. Then she went back to the mortal plane for I don't know how she managed that, but she found a way. You might be able to find her journal further in if you look for it, but I doubt it. It's the seven hells. Nothing's that easy. Why are you lot even here?
Oh no. Wasn't planning on coming here.
Well, then why don't you just
We were
leave?
trying to go to heaven.
Well, then leave. Why not leave?
We're trying.
It's not hard.
Explain.
Just gotta go to either you gotta convince one of the 7 floor leaders to send you back. They've got the magic to do it, or you get to the very bottom and there's a portal on the 7th floor, literally right at the entrance. You can just walk through it as long as your soul isn't being held by one of the fiends. You should be able to just go down there and walk right through. It's literally at the entrance. When I was traveling with Chad Chadicus, Bardris, some cat in a cloak, and a few others that I can't remember, to be honest, because they weren't really that interesting of folks. We walked onto the 7th floor, we saw the big castle, and then there it was. The portal was right next to us.
Thank you. Mind helping us go face this
No.
Tenem? No?
Why would I help you? I'm dead. I ain't getting revived.
Yeah. You got
Yeah.
nothing to lose.
I do. I have a nice
What-
existence here. You see, I got my
You're
crafts.
in hell.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Is it? Can it be though?
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll just go fuck ourselves.
You know
Sounds
the
like a
fast-
good idea to me.
You know the fastest way to the 7th floor?
Yeah, die.
No, that's-
Hmm. What
Well,
about not-
actually, in all fairness, only one of you'd probably make it there. And he looks about and goes, to be honest, I don't think any of you are going to be that good or that have a chance of it, but there's a possibility. Each of the floors has a theme to it. If you die, you get sent to the floor where your soul is most likely to be themed.
What's the theme of this floor?
Envy.
Envy.
Not gluttony.
No. Gluttony is next. This is the floor of envy. You're thinking of and he goes, wait, no. I think the 3rd floor is gluttony. You'll know it when you see a giant on there that tries to eat you.
What about the dwarf
Oh,
that's on this
shit.
floor?
Well, he's not here for gluttony. He's here for envy.
What's the theme of the 7th?
If I remember right, and you see the
Probably
creature starts to
pride.
think for a moment. I think it's the floor of the sloth, if I remember correctly. There's only 2 beings that inhabited it, and both are dead, and that was the Phoenix, and the old High King known as Stone the Corrupt.
Well, thank you for the information.
I'll give you another one for free. I just learned this one recently by stupidity, if you will. One of them, one of the leaders is living in a giant mirror stronghold. Trust me, it'll be hard to spot. It'll be hard to miss. Their true portion of when they go into their portion of of this domain, which is anytime someone enters their area, you'll get sent there most likely. It's a lot of mirrors, from my understanding. The main thing there, you're gonna end up getting yourself killed by killing each other. I don't know how it works beyond that. I just know that that's called the Palace of Mirrors, and that anybody who's been there, party members always kill each other.
Do you know a way out, or is no more information?
Kill Tenem himself. He's the one who controls it. The other one is the Pit of Hatred, which I think you walked over. That's where Nazarik's hiding out, is supposedly under the lava.
So this floor has the maze or the mirror mansion. What are you saying?
Yeah, the Palace of Mirrors and the Pit of Hatred.
Well, which one do you guys want to do?
I mean, how would we get under the lava if we decided to do that one?
I don't know.
Exactly. So we'll probably have to do mirrors.
All right. Who's the door?
She looks about and says, you gonna go through the doorway or are you gonna fuck off? Because to be honest, at this point, I don't mind the conversation, but I got things to do, and to be honest, aren't really my type. Oh, an old dwarf who's got too much electricity going through his balls to actually have anything going on between his brains. Well, a heli, which I don't really have to say much more. I don't know what the fuck the other that blue creature is. I know, and deep gnome, I got nothing bad to say about you, but that horse you better be careful of.
What's wrong with my horse?
It's got sins, just like you do. That means they can be turned against you.
My soul is in the horse. Well, partially.
What?
Yeah.
How do you put your... Did you fuck the horse? Wait, are you a demigod?
No.
Wait.
I don't think so.
Are you fucking the horse?
You're a demigod you fucked a horse and made it a god and part of you?
I don't remember doing that.
That's impressive. How do you do that?
Well, anyone that learns what I learned, I mean, I can teach others. It just takes time.
I don't have enough time to learn how to fuck a horse. I'm good.
I didn't say you had to fuck the horse.
Now, do you want something, or are you guys going to continue on?
I think we'll continue on.
I'm already walking away. Actually,
Alright.
sorry, I'm floating away.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Guess we'll head up to that Colosseum.
What were you about to say, Minnie?
Nothing.
Okay. Alright. Which pathway are you going to take that you're going to head up to that floor, or head up there?
Well, which door? Left or right, guys?
Hey, Chiggy, how about you try
How about
the
I
left
what?
door?
Try the left door?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know.
Explain.
Because magic's
Right's
always,
always wrong, and left is always right. We're in hell.
That's very sound logic. Approach that left door.
Oh, you're okay in that same room. All right. As you all turn away from the forge and start walking up the ramp, and you go over to the left door. As you open it, Shiggy, or as you go to put your hand on it, Shiggy, for a moment, you suddenly see as your future sight your foresight kicks off, warning you of your impending doom, as you can just suddenly feel coming off this door your death.
Very cool. All right, let's try the other door.
As you turn, you start to feel the same thing on the other door.
Oh, great. All right, guys, there's impending doom down both doors.
You hear the Yuan-Ti woman from down below going, "No shit, it's hell. Everything wants to kill you. Just walk through one of them. You're gonna die to go to the next floor anyways."
Which one is less death, though?
They're both torturous deaths. If you don't kill the archfiends on this floor, you die in whatever doorway that you enter that's their domain. So you'll die there according to their powers and capabilities. You either kill them directly or you end up walking through and accepting your death, and you end up on the next floor. You can come back to life if you can kill a fiend probably further down, I imagine. I don't know. I haven't managed to do it.
I thought going to the store leads to the person we have to kill.
Those two doors down up there? No, I'm talking about the big red door might go to where you need to go. Might. I don't know. I haven't been through it. It's swirling with magic, though, in my experience. Usually means either death, instant death, or exactly what you're looking for.
Well, Chiggy, go see if that one feels like death.
That's what I was just about to do.
Shiggy, as you kind of walk down the thing, past her as the heat kind of intensifies on you, and you start walking up the stairs, your foresight for a moment shows you and your party walking through. All of you manage to walk through, but Smiggy is nowhere to be seen as you walk through onto the next level.
Oh, well, that sucks.
I think that dwarf wants you, Smiggy. That thing is not going to let you leave.
Well, shit.
Wait, Iwanti looks. You managed to catch Tenham's attention?
Smiggy did.
Oh yeah, y'all are fucked. You gotta kill him now. He's gonna try and eat you otherwise.
Alright.
Hey, piece of advice. He's really weak to magic. Something about how he died.
I thought the skeleton told us there's different forms he has.
Oh. That explains a lot, actually.
You know
I
which
wondered why we had it so easy. Huh?
Help, motherfuckers, help!
Well, which door was it that you went through?
I didn't go through a door. Wait, what, Smiggy? What's that?
Where did I disappear at?
Oh, you didn't actually disappear. No,
you
it was
didn't.
Shiggy saw this in his mind as he was about to go through the red arcane door, as his future sight or his foresight saw. You were the only one who wasn't on the other side when they all walked through.
Tenham's not letting you leave, so we have to kill Tenham so you don't have to
Now,
die.
I will state that is what Shiggy assumed. That is not what he saw.
That is
in
what
his
I
vision.
assumed. Yeah.
I only like to make that clear because I don't want to get shit for that later.
He didn't go through.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And she kind of looks and goes, I didn't go through any door. Bardris did. He went and spoke to Tenham and managed to get him to forge him a weapon and everything. I think. I don't know. That's what he mentioned. Something about some dwarf helping him. It might have been Tenham. Might have been someone else, to be honest. They're all dwarves. They all look the same. No offense.
Wow.
Listen.
You
Yeah.
fucking racist.
Alright, I'm not going to take this from a man named Jeff.
I didn't tell you my name was Jeff. I told that guy my name was Jeff.
I can hear your name is Jeff. You know how loud you lot are walking through? There aren't many people just walking through here, and your souls make a lot of damn noise.
Chicka.
Let's go fucking kill something.
Do any of you speak Celestial or read Celestial?
No, I don't.
Okay, never mind then. As you all start to turn and walk, you just see on one of the walls suddenly there is a strange, slightly wet-looking markings in a language that none of you recognize.
Ew.
As weird letters seem to be written all along the wall. And the auntie kind of turns and looks at it and just kind of shakes their head and goes back to working on the forge.
Well, what'd it say?
The auntie turns and goes, I don't care who you lot. Get out of here.
Oh, wow, that was
Shoo.
pretty rude.
Yeah, listen, hell is not a good place unless you've got something to pay. I ain't giving you any free information.
Can I partake in some seaweed?
No, but I'll take your soul.
No, I want that. Sorry.
Oh, well.
That's not for sale.
Let's fucking go, guys.
Coliseum, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Where are you going?
Up to that Coliseum, I guess.
Which direction? Which hallway? What way?
Which door, guys? Left or right this time?
This
Left.
time,
Left? Alright, left.
we gotta do it.
All right. As you now, are you gonna jump onto that central path in the middle of the map and take that up and left to the left, or are you just gonna head down south again, go back over that lake on the left side, and walk all the way up?
You guys want to do it for the 4th time?
Yep. Again,
right.
flying over.
All right. As you all go head south again, going it down to the left, coming over the giant lava lake. You now, as you're looking over it, you see a what looks to be a human down at the very bottom on a floating rock, clashing swords with some sort of bright red dragon that seems to have like crystallized ruby-esque scales. The two seem to be in an intense battle about 100 feet below you. As the humanoid sword starts to glow, their shield is taking hits as it seems to burn onto it. The magic kind of expands around them, covering them in energy. Immediately recognizing this is a shield spell, as the two are doing battle with each other about 100 feet below the bridge.
Is it that clubfoot guy?
As you look down, it's not a skeleton, it's a human, or a humanoid.
Is it a
as you
humanoid
can
with a
see
crown?
flesh.
Little chubby.
You do see brown hair, and he's somewhat short looking from this distance. It's hard to depict exactly how short, but you'd guess he'd probably be about a dwarf's height.
Hey, we saw your dead body.
You hear screams of horrendous as you watch the person get knocked in the lava and start to burn.
Oh, I think I distracted him.
Yeah, no. Okay, yeah.
The last thing you all hear screamed in Celestial is a bunch of like gobbledygook. However, the Heli, who does understand Celestial, suddenly hears, "Fuck you, whoever said that!" As the last words
what's
as they
the human
slowly
doing
melt.
down there?
Huh?
What's the human-looking guy doing?
That
He
was
died.
as you're watching him. You watch him as he melts, as he screams this out in
Oh,
Celestial
gotcha.
before he dies.
What's the dragon thing doing?
It just sinks into the lava and slowly disappears.
Did it look injured at all?
Hey, motherfucker!
No, not at all. As you wait, what language are you saying this in, Smiggy?
I'll say it in Infernal, I guess.
As you do, you suddenly see the red head, the ruby head suddenly pops back up and looks up at you and goes, "Who? Smiggy, is that you?"
Fuck.
What's up, brother man?
Oh shit! And I see there's a heli with you. No, and you see him dive down
Come on,
and
we just
disappear.
went
Did
off.
I recognize this guy?
No idea who this dude is.
Well, I recognize them.
Nope. I'm gonna tell you right now, none of you can roll a high enough history check to know who this person
Are you
is.
sure?
Yeah.
I roll 33.
Okay, yeah, theoretically you could, Chiggy, if you want to try and roll for it.
I will say an infernal. Oh, don't worry. I won't hurt you. Or what?
I rolled like above a 10. That's a 23.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Yeah.
You get nothing. But as you say this, Noop, for a moment, you hear in your head, in Infernal, go, "You really should watch out for that Smiggy guy." And then the voice dissipates.
I'll slowly look at Smiggy.
I'll slowly look at him,
I'll slowly float away.
with the crazy eyes.
I'll slowly walk away.
See a little bit of like electricity, kind of sparking out of like my drooling mouth.
Nope. I mean, you all have been around long enough. Most of you know, whenever you see someone with white hair and that's old, it's a general piece of advice to avoid them, is what most adventurers have learned. Because typically, old people that have powerful capabilities are usually going to have a lot more experience and are considered very dangerous. Very famously, a good example was a young gnome or a young goblin who tried to go one-on-one with the famous Greg the Bloodthirsty, and watched as their entire party was wiped out single-handedly by him. Or so the rumors go.
I will say this in common. Smiggy, I mean this in the nicest way possible, and in no form of hostility. Do you come to the Hells often?
What'd you say?
Do you come here often?
Best pickup line ever.
Time.
I don't even expert on
Did I
the team.
know the portal would come here? Maybe. Is that a problem for you guys? It shouldn't be.
I trust him. He knows his place around here. That's helpful.
You all notice as the deep gnome is gone.
Fuck.
As you look down, you see you can hear the sounds of the pittering of a pony's hooves as they seem to almost make a sound as they walk on the air.
I fly down.
Yeah, as you follow the bridge, just continuing heading up north, you see it the pony just like kind of doing a slight strut as it walks in the air down the hallway.
I'm a little deep, I'm short and stout.
I have like a 60-foot fly speed. I just like shoot over and catch up.
Pony is a 40. Yeah.
A few more minutes go by as Noop and Chiggy catch up with the group. As you all come to the end, as you pass over the lake or the small river of lava, coming to the northern end, you see a teleportation circle at the very end of the hallway. It is immediately you recognize it's activated as the circle itself is glowing, and you see that the doorway into the Colosseum, based according to the map, is on its right side, but you immediately notice that there's no way you can get to it with the teleportation circle in the way. I will say the door, like others, is made of this blue-like rock, identical, but this time with no carvings on it.
Gotcha.
Is there a button to turn off the circle?
You don't see
I'll
one.
cast Dispel Magic.
At what level?
Third.
All right.
So I'll have to roll for it.
You do not. The teleportation spell immediately deactivates.
Oh.
A few seconds go by, and you suddenly feel magic surge again as teleportation is recast on it.
All right, boys. We got a limited amount of time here. Chiggy, you go first.
As usual. I assume you're going to dispel it as I open the door.
I'll dispel it one more time.
All right.
And I'll
Ready.
open the door as soon as it goes
3,
away.
2, 1, and I'll dispel it again.
As you dispel it, Chiggy, you run as fast as you can up to the doorway. You suddenly see on the door, suddenly in common, it reads, "Well done, Challenger." And what do you do, Chiggy, to open it?
Slide it as every other door I've opened.
Yeah, as you go
Because
to,
it looks the same. It looks the same as all the other doors.
Yeah, it does. As you go to grab onto the door, not feeling a seam, you just start trying to like put your hands flat against it and shove as much as you can without a handle. And the stone immediately, even without a strength check, starts to slowly move and opens up. As you kind of push yourself through and kind of like get between the frame and the door itself and start really shoving it forward to slide off to the side. Right as you move your feet, the teleportation circle reactivates almost immediately as you avoid it. But the doorway stays open.
All right.
I'm gonna burn some sorcery points, get myself some more spell slots.
Okay.
One more, and I think you guys can all make it through.
So if you want to switch off, I also have Dispel Magic.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll do it this time. The moment I do it, I'll fly through really quick on my pony.
Everyone through when it turns off.
All right.
Yeah, I'll fly too.
Yeah, everyone give me dexterity checks. Let's see how many people get through. So Smiggy, Minnie, and Noop.
Nah.
21.
21, okay.
Speed horse.
Yeah.
18.
18. And then I'll give Noop a second. He can type it in the chat if he's talking to someone. Because unfortunately, I can't see your guys' roll still.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like I can see when you're rolling something, but for the last 57 minutes, nothing has pulled up.
Brew, I haven't seen them either.
Thank you, Noob. As you all run through as fast as you can, Smiggy and Minnie keeping your flying. You start charging through as fast, flying past over. Noop being the last in the group to rush across, he manages to just somersault into the room as the teleportation circle reactivates. And at that point, you suddenly see as the door slams shut once more this time behind you. And then the smell finally sets in of just undeath and rotting all around you. It is thick. But there's also a strange, slight tinge of burnt meat on the air. Smiggy, you immediately recognize the smell from when you were here earlier. and it's just more. The stench has even got more stronger as it kind of seems to envelop this little tiny little area. But you all stand in this tiny little like cross-like room with a little stairway going up, another doorway that seems to stay on it. For those who are prepared to be eaten and give all that they can, written on the wood. This time just a simple wooden door with a golden knob. No magic on it that you pick up with your detect magic. It just seems to be a simple doorway as a final warning of you going through. You can all give me history checks if you want, or religion checks if you want to know if that's normal. But otherwise, the doorway seems to be easily openable.
Sure, I'll roll one.
We're here.
We're here indeed. 26.
26. Anybody else trying to roll for it or no? 7. Nope, you get nothing.
I literally
I
can't.
know.
Okay.
I know I'm getting nothing. Yeah.
I have a +2. I literally can't outroll a 26.
I have
Alright.
a +1.
Chiggy, congratulations. You would know common fiends. First off, common fiends don't typically make it to archfiend. That's a pretty well known fact. You have to be very unique to individual, or usually it's a mortal soul that becomes a archfiend more often than not. However, it is extremely rare for an archfiend to put up this many warnings, unless they either have, because most are evil outright and don't have a good conscience or care whether people come to face them. So this is strange and not something you would normally expect.
It's not normal, guys, for this many warnings. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
And as I say this, I'm going to perform a Crimson Rite.
Okay.
So I can take 1d10 necrotic damage, and I'll put a rite on my rapier.
Okay.
So I take 8 damage.
Yeah, you all watch as his rapier suddenly starts to he kind of slightly cuts his skin, and you watch as the blood kind of starts to flow through the air into the rapier, causing it to slightly glow.
Listen, I've done a lot of things, but that's fucked up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
If no one else can open the door, I'll do it.
As the door opens, the smell just gets stronger, and as you look around, Minnie, you see just bodies of all the people you saw from that mercenary crew just piled up on top of each other, all completely still wearing their gear, but none with flesh on their bones, all picked clean, almost as if someone specifically went in there and was working on them. All piled up to your right and left. You'd guess there's probably almost 150 adventurers on either side, roughly. And it's just top to bottom. There's no signs of any battle in this hallway. As you look around, you see the 2 doorways, one on your right and one on your left, and then, of course, the stairways that go more forward that you can't see around at this angle. But, yeah, just piles of bodies on either side.
Just a regular Tuesday for Minnie.
Yeah.
Sounds about wrong.
All right. As you all walk through, the smell starts to get stronger from that scent. The shock of these adventurers were all somewhere around 15 to level 20. You were not special amongst this crew. Many of you were on equal level with a lot of those who joined up with this mercenary group. And as you start to walk around, are you going to go through either of the side doors, or are you just going to go up the stairs and then straight into the room and down the stairs straight into the Colosseum?
We're going just down the stairs.
Yeah, get on the stairs.
Okay.
Sure.
As you come around that corner of that wall, the Colosseum opens up, and you see on the other side this massive, stone object, a big circular object just sitting behind a throne, not with any markings or anything unique, just looks to be perfectly round and made of a strange, almost like granite like material, that kind of orangish color, but almost a little bit more dulled. with the massive pillars throughout that seem to be holding up the roof of this huge coliseum that none of you get rough estimates of how large it is, but as far as the exact measurements, you're not 100% sure. Each of the pillars are ordainedly well designed with statues, or at least they would be if they hadn't seen so many obvious signs of combat and people or some heavy objects being thrown against them, as many of the statues that probably once portrayed beautiful designs are all crumbling and cracked. The lava in the center seems to almost explode out of the lake and flies up in the air and kind of drops down onto that central bridge. And as you see, it seems to slightly melt, cause the bridge to sizzle slightly as the lava then fades off to the sides into the drains of the bridge. And you see that single chair just sitting there empty on the opposite side.
The foresight's not activating for anything?
Nope, and Minnie, you realize your spell has been canceled.
Aw.
Foresight is no longer active.
What a shame.
Anything with detect magic?
The entire room is magic. Not a specific spell, just seems to have a lot of arcane energy floating about you. The big, giant, circular granite object behind that chair, or what you now realize is more of a very crudely made throne of rough cut stone, as if someone who had no experience with stone but grew up watching someone make items out of solid stone tried to make something, basically tried to make their depiction of a throne, and it came out really butchered. But the big central object, that big granite-like cylindrical object behind it, seems to be giving off a lot of magic, and almost emanating it from it. But no spells specifically that detect magic picks up or anything like that. There's no spells active in the area. Oh, the bridge, I will say you immediately do pick up is fire immune.
So, well, that's cool.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
know.
let me add that part because you would be able to sense that with detect magic.
Brother man.
Nothing.
Hello.
You all hear as Smiggy's words echo throughout the entire Coliseum, but nothing happens. As you walk down onto the stairs, you notice a lot of the sand starts to kind of flow slightly, moving about the wind from the lava lake, or rivers rather, and you start to see like bones kind of appearing here and there as the sand moves, pieces of items, weapons, other things like that.
I'm gonna fly. Just hover like 20 feet in the air.
Okay. I figured you and Minnie were still going to be floating at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just be floating around.
I just don't want to get close to that.
Is there
sand.
a pattern to the bodies in any way?
No, it just looks to be pieces here and there, items that seem to have been covered up and moved. The sand does slightly turn or have a more of a reddish color to it than normal like mineral sand. I won't make a roll for it because at the very least, with Noop's background being a heli, I mean the basic understanding that it's blood. It's a lot of blood that's soaked into the sand, and to make it this color and to make it this fine and not give off a strong scent from it directly, you'd guess there's thousands of years of dead people in these sands.
You gotta love the dedication, but ew.
Am I hearing pocket blood sound?
If you pick up a bit of it and put it in your
I'll
pocket.
take a sample.
All right, how? You just gonna
Vial.
put your hand in, and you're gonna get your vial. Are you gonna scoop it up with the vial, or are you gonna scoop some in your hand and put it in the vial? Like what? How are you putting
Scoop some in my gloved hand into the vial.
Okay. As you do, you put it in you pick it up. It's thicker. It's a little more like sticky on your gloved hand, but it goes right in. And then as you kind of wipe your hands off to get the rest of it off, you wiped your gloved hand off. It just kind of falls off. So the smell kind of sticks slightly. You smell kind of like an old blood scent on your hands now, but otherwise it goes into the vial without issue. Feel free to add a vial of iron sand to your inventory.
Okay.
I am not
I'll
touching.
float a little further into the room. Come on, Chiggy.
I'll walk over that bridge. Why not?
All All right. Minnie and Noop, are you following as well?
I'll be falling from higher in the sky. Yeah.
Okay. How high?
I'll follow.
How high's the ceiling?
You can't see the ceiling.
Oh, like 50 feet will be fine.
Okay. And what'd you say, Noop?
I'll follow.
Okay. All right. As you all follow the red carpet going down the center of the room, Chiggy taking the lead and going over the bridge with Smiggy behind him, and then Minnie and Noop in the back. You climb over the bridge, Chiggy with the rest of the party, and lava kind of explodes out from the ground, from the lake down below again, splashing on the lava as you walk past, not hitting you a lot. And seems to just kind of slide off as if, almost as if water, like it was fully lava resistant. And nothing happens.
Brother man, we just wanna talk.
What's up, Noop?
No, I was just saying, gotta love the pizzazz.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Smiggy, as you say that, nothing happens.
Maybe
Damn,
say it
guess
as
he ain't hungry.
Who wants to sit on the throne and see what happens?
As Minnie says this
I know
out
who's going to do
loud,
it.
you suddenly hear, I wouldn't recommend that, as the whole room erupts with sound.
I knew that.
Hey!
Hello there.
You're not sure where the voice is coming from, but you can all give me perception checks to see if you can spot it.
Do I have advantage because it's a fiend?
It is not a fiend.
Oh, okay.
It's coming from above.
Ah!
Damn, twin noob, alright.
13.
Okay. Minnie?
I have a plus 14. I got a 16.
Ouch.
Oh.
And Smiggy.
15.
Alright. Noop. The voice you notice is coming from down beneath in the lava.
lava speaks.
I lied.
The voice continues. What do you seek?
Clearance to the next floor.
Offer me something in exchange, and I'm more than happy to offer you the ability to go to the next floor.
Ew, I don't know about that.
One of
We
you.
also heard that
will
we
give
have
me
to
yours.
die to go to the next floor.
Yes. One of you
So
will
you
die.
could just mean you'll kill us.
No. One must die. But not all of you.
So I.
Is there a way none of us can die and go on?
You could defeat the giant granite boulder.
The what?
Big boulder,
Yeah,
I
let's
guess.
do that.
Real quick, I
Yes.
just want to ask.
The voice booms. Yes.
Real quick, Minnie, you said you put your soul in your horse, correct?
Like a fragment, like a tiny little piece.
Would it be possible
I'm
for
not.
you to? No,
Very
no,
That horse.
You know how long it takes to make this thing?
no. I'm just asking. Like, I pull out a gold coin. Can you put a soul in this, and we just snap it in half?
It would take a week.
Y'all mind waiting a week?
You hear the voice boom once again. You all will be dead by a week's end.
Oh no,
Well-
apparently it's been hundreds of years.
Not
so-
all of you, but the majority of you will all be considered dead by that point.
So we're fighting something? Where is it?
I guess we're fighting a boulder.
The giant granite boulder that sits behind the throne, the very crudely made throne.
Does anyone beat the boulder?
I guess.
The voice
Yeah.
continues. One man has managed to beat the creature that inhabits that orb. He was recently slain, unfortunately, and has returned to the Seven Hells. You will find him on the 7th floor wreaking havoc amongst those who tried to take control.
Who are you?
I am the one that Smiggy knows, and fortunately does not recognize.
Oh, that dragon?
Oh! What's up?
No! The voice suddenly
Oh,
starts.
brother man.
I'm no dragging him.
I don't know, man. The way you said it kind of seems like you are the dragon.
It snaps his finger, and you all see Noop suddenly grows, shrinks 5 inches and grows about a sea rack, and suddenly sounds very effeminate.
Nice.
Well, I
Hey.
very much do not appreciate this change you just did to me, and I wish you please undo it, but I can
Hello.
wait 5 minutes now.
Email in the squad. What's up?
Hi.
It suddenly snaps its fingers, and you hear the sound of the snap echo throughout the entire changer as Noop changes back.
Oh.
Damn.
Well,
It was finally
All right.
fuckable.
So who's gonna start? So who's gonna start the fight? Who wants to start us off?
So do we have to like initiate the fight with the boulder, or is it gonna climb out of the boulder? Like,
The voice dissipates suddenly.
oh, that's just
Yep.
rude.
Try to stab it.
Okay, so how about we sneak up on it?
Have I heard of a thing
Sneak
inside
up
a
on
boulder
fucking
in hell?
boulder?
Sorry, what was that question, Chiggy?
Have I heard of some sort of thing in hell inside of a giant boulder?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. No. You've never heard of a creature that came from a boulder.
Walk up to the boulder. Does it do anything when I walk
I-
up to it?
I'm going to
Nope.
cast Crown of Stars on myself.
Okay. For the audience, would you like to tell everyone what that does?
I'm gonna cast it at 8th level.
Okay.
But I'm going to use a sorcery point to change the damage to Thunder for whenever that is deemed necessary. But for the audience, 7 starlight, or actually, for the purposes of this, 9 starlight motes of light appear and orbit around my head. That's it. That's all the people need to know now.
Yeah, you all see.
I look real fucking pretty.
As for a moment, you see these almost like these drops of light come from the ceiling and surround Smiggy's head, and almost like a platinum crown starts to circulate around his head, giving him a slight change to his appearance to be a little bit more luminescent, and gives off a slight holy divination to those around you. If they can sense the divine magic, but besides that, that's yeah. Yeah. And as you cast this, nothing happens.
So when I get close to the boulder, anything happen?
Nope.
I'm gonna knock on the boulder.
With your hand?
My gloved hand, sure.
All right. Yeah. Nothing happens.
Take your glove off.
No.
Now hold on. I got this. I'm gonna cast Call Lightning.
Okay.
Jesus.
All right.
So if
I'm
it's
standing
not
back.
moving, I don't think it's gonna pass a dex save.
It cannot pass a dex save, so I can confirm.
Okay, well, it's just gonna take some lightning damage. Let's see. That's 17 lightning damage.
You watch
This
as
is
one the statues behind some of the statues behind you immediately start to crack and break and fall to the ground as the lightning hits the giant granite cylindrical object, and nothing happens.
All right, we'll keep doing this. I can keep doing this over and over again with no extra spell slots. I'll just keep striking it again and again.
Yep, statues continue to crack, but nothing happens.
Hey, fucker who knows me. Hey,
No, you hear no voice.
brother man. Okay, well, I know you can hear me.
You suddenly hear in your head,
How-
Smiggy, no, I cannot, go away.
Right. So how do we activate this boss fight?
What? I don't know.
I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts.
So with the surface thoughts, you suddenly hear and you suddenly sense from the boulder, I'm really hungry. You know what sounds
Nice.
really good? Dwarf.
Oh.
Oh,
Hey, I'm really hungry too, but keep your focus.
As you say
Come on.
this, suddenly in front of all of you, a massive table appears, and meats, cheeses, fruits, vegetables from all around the world at the highest quality just suddenly appears on these silver platters in front of you. Nice velveted seated chairs suddenly appear on either side that automatically pull out, coming off very soft and cushioned. And suddenly at the head of the table sits this very round. You'd guess maybe like 600 pounds of nothing but fat, covered in full plate, a long black or long white beard, dark purple skin, one good yellowish eye, and a large mohawk that seems to kind of just continue up at just a ridiculous height. Is now sitting in a what would be considered a couch for like 4 people, but for this creature seems to be a single chair at the head of the table as it expands out. And suddenly the food or the plate in front of it just seems to float up into its mouth and empties as the creature is now sitting in front of at this table.
Boulder gone.
Yep, Boulder disappeared.
Why? Hello there.
You hear it smacking its lips and it goes, Who are you? You don't look like
People-
dinner. Yeah, you
people
might
looking to-
dinner. You might be dinner.
People looking to pass to the next floor.
Why would you do that? Want to do that? There's food here. Please, have a seat. Is this food sanitary? It's the 7 hells. I don't know. Yeah, it tastes good to me. As he starts gnawing, you see him suck down a whole turkey leg in one gulp.
Oh, God.
Now, there
Bone
could
and
be
all.
interesting new foods on lower floors.
Okay, it crunches and you hear the bone shatter in his teeth and he goes, No, I've been there. No. Nothing down
maybe you
there,
just didn't
but
look hard
really,
enough.
really annoying people.
Yeah, I like it. I want to go deeper.
You want to go deeper?
Oh yeah, the next.
Tell me something I don't know or give me food that I've never tried and I'll let you leave. As it continues to chew on something. Smiggy! Is that your old
What's
ass?
up, man?
You know, Ogum's dead nowadays. You probably find him down there. You might be able to ask him what he's been up to.
No fucking way.
Yeah. Magic
Really?
and a giant loxodon took him out. Bastard, he came down, smacked the crap at him, died afterwards. His soul's down here somewhere. He passed through here pretty quickly, though.
Holy shit.
You
That's
know,
wild.
I don't know
Look
you.
what they fucking did to you, young man. Or what you did to yourself, I guess.
Oh no, I just spent my years as a merchant. This was what I was looking like when I was retired. Yeah, some damn gnome guy dragged my ass out of retirement.
I fucking hate gnomes.
Same. His ass took over a floor on the 7th level. He's real mean down there. Not the same as the one I kicked the crap out of. A lot more heartless. This one doesn't even care about you. Also, you know that the female one there is a gnome, right? And you see it start. You see the this creature that you now recognize as the legendary Tenom. Pulls off his plate with a long hand that seems to just kind of extend unnecessary or unnaturally, and grabs what looks to be a armored like ankle, and like pulls it off the plate and starts chewing on it. And it looks to be almost fresh as the creature continues and smacking its lip, blood kind of dripping down into its beard, and goes, So, what do you got to trade to go further down?
Well, who wants to try first?
Or are you looking to do combat? It's 1-on-1 for each person that wants to fight. Them's the rules in this territory. I learned my lesson with group fights. I ain't doing that again. Bastard said 1-on-1 with boxing, and then he tried to send me here. And then I got sent here anyways. Tell you what,
Damn, that's kind of fucked.
you know my cousin? Or, well, brother, I guess, technically. We might as well be a strange cousin. Zarius, you know Zarius. Any of y'all work for him?
Yeah, man.
I've heard of him.
He's my third niece's twice removed nephew.
Roll deception.
Honestly, I don't know if this is deception.
Well, it's not going to be
All
very
points
hard
are
for you to
fucking
roll
good.
deception for me tonight. Tenem, famous for his insight.
That's a
Yeah.
29.
Yes. Oh, shit! That's right. You know, you are family, I guess. How's he doing?
Yeah.
Is he dead yet?
Honestly, I didn't even know Ogum was dead. I don't fucking know about that kid.
Yeah.
I kind of been spending a lot of time down here.
I like you. I tell you what. I'll make you a deal. A fair offer. I don't want to kill you. You look tasty to me. Well, the heli smells good. But
I know, right?
I won't eat you. That's what But in exchange, you got to do me a favor. No souls, no deaths, no deals, nothing like that. No, you don't got to worry about all that gruesome shit the guys on the lower floors will try and force on you. Simple deal. You promise you'll kill the guy on that 7th floor for me, and when you lay in the killing blow, you tell him it was me that killed it, that sent you. We'll call it fair, and I'll send you through. I'll even give you a peek into my personal stores of probably most of your friends' items, but in all fairness, there's other warriors that have come through here.
Well, I haven't told the others, I'll be honest, killing that Similar was kind of the plan anyway for me, so yeah, I can do that.
Perfect.
Sounds fair.
If you're willing to take this
Wait,
deal.
who's on the 7th floor?
Oh, simple. Zilpip of House Kung Pao. Well, a Zilpip.
Yeah, that checks out.
Sol
Cool.
got
I
banished
fucking
here.
hate gnomes.
He got sent
What
here by
you
a
say?
goblin. Yeah, he was complaining about goblins, something fear. Any of you goblins?
I haven't seen a goblin.
Well, if one of you got a
There's
goblin...
this one. I point over to the rock gnome.
Hey,
I'm not a goblin!
if you use a goblin, it'll piss him off
She's a
to
pretty
no
hot
end.
goblin.
Yeah, there you
However-
go.
I think I saw in the world news, I heard about that battle. They said it was someone named Shogun?
Don't know, don't care. Yeah, but I know he's pissed off. He was complaining about a goblin before he decided to torture my ass for 5 years. He showed up here and just started electrocuting me, holding me, had me tied down to a table made of metal and just started launching electrical spells at me. Not a real nice guy.
Fucking gnomes.
But if you'll kill him, yeah. No, I see no reason to not let you through. Nazarick definitely wouldn't let you through. He's pretty feisty. He's been wanting to fight ever since Log became a Beyond God. He's been pretty peeved about that.
Oh, yeah?
I don't
Can we
know
just
why.
Dragon, huh?
I mean, I know we don't really have to, but can we just kill that guy?
You could. You want to fight him? I can send you to him right now. You were just talking to him. Where did Noob go?
I don't know.
Let me check. Oh. Just making sure.
I mean,
Yeah, I can bring him here. I mean, if you want.
does he have any cool shit for us to take? Because I'll kill him if that's the case.
No, he's got no. I mean, he's got some items on him, but if you want to get into his vault, there's an easier way to get that.
Wow.
See that lava?
What's the easier way?
You see that lava river between underneath that under the bridge, about 100 feet down?
Yeah.
Just jump in. It's
Oh.
right down there. I mean, as long as you're fire resistant, you should be fine.
Isn't he in there?
No, there's a dragon down there. It's pretty pissed off. I think he's fucking it. I'm not sure. He kind of picks his teeth with one of the bones.
Is there just like an area under the lava? Is that...
Uh-huh. The whole floor's got a secondary floor under the lava, technically. It's his entire domain. It's the Pit of Hatred is what he calls it. I think it's a little too edgy. But then again, the Palace of Mirrors isn't exactly complimentary to a man of my figure.
You know, I say bring him here. I'm down for a fight.
Yeah, you sure? He bites.
You got.
Yeah.
You said you had the some items we could use
Ah!
that might be helpful.
Oh, not against him, no.
No, not
No.
against him. It wouldn't be helpful.
No, but if you want to go further on, it'll be easier. He's got a compatriot though. That dragon, yeah, her name's Zagana, something like that. I don't know. She's really irritable though.
Well, Boys, you in the mood to kill something?
I'm in the mood to kill something.
Sure.
He smiles
Why
and goes, "Fine. I always enjoy a fight with my dinner." And you see, like, tries to clap his hands, but due to his rotundness, he can't actually get them even halfway. So he goes, and snaps his fingers, and suddenly, up behind the chair, the throne disappears, and up behind it, suddenly a viewing box appears, and you see he suddenly is just kind of sitting there in a long toga, kind of laid out on a long couch, little wreath around his head. As he's sitting there, you watch as a skeleton is like feeding him grapes that are definitely very old and decayed looking.
Tenham,
Damn, that's hot.
we have that spell back that seemed to disappear.
What spell?
Foresight.
Oh, now your foresight can't work in here. It's the whole thing about you can't see the future when you're in my area.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Understandable.
also, forewarning. You can't fight Nazarick without fighting him one-on-one.
What the heck?
Not in here. If you want to go into his pit, that's the only way you can fight him as a group, but I wouldn't recommend it. That lava, it burns. And he goes, but I want to be entertained. You've already agreed to entertain me, so I'm going to give him a friend. And he snaps his fingers, and you see the red ruby dragon, massive. You'd guess probably around maybe 30 feet tall, and almost about 60 feet long, made of these like ruby red scales that seem as the lava kind of leaks off onto the sand. And dragon just kind of looks back, looks around side to side, very confused. And it just kind of looks around, looks at each of you, and then kind of turns into this like very small or very short elven woman with bright blue hair, like reddish pink skin, and bright red eyes. And she just kind of looks about, and you see her suddenly just flip the bird to Denham. Just as suddenly the magic around the entire room gets really very stronger and stronger. All of you, even Chiggy, you can feel as the arcane energy starts to get thicker, almost to the point where you can taste it on the air. And suddenly in a burst of light on the opposite side of the bridge behind you appears a simple man or humanoid with his kind of low or balding on top, brownish hair of a crown around the sides of it, wearing full what looks to be roughly like plate styled. And while I can fully describe it, it will be so much easier to just grab a picture real quick for you guys to see the exact famous design of Lord Nazarick himself as he appears. Give it a second. There we go. Seeing this gentleman just kind of pop up in front of you, drinking horn on the side, staff in hand, weird, strange magic in his hands, and just wearing a bit of plate. He looks mad. The only thing I will say that slightly looks different from this depiction is that his entire face looks to be just covered in some sort of strange stone-like material. You're not exactly sure what it is, but it looks to be grayish and cracked around his face. As he looks at each of you and goes, wait, where, you fucking bastard! As he turns and you see, he starts charging between all of you, shoving you, trying to shove you aside as he charges through your group and goes running up towards Tenham and slams into what looks to be a force field as he gets launched back on the ground, and Tenham just starts laughing. Nazarick kind of looks about, confused and wondering what's going on, and immediately readies himself for combat. This was a thought for telling the big man something he may not know. Oh, wait, what? Wait, who are you saying this to, Noop? In their head?
No, this was just something I was typing out.
Oh, okay.
What he was going to look
Okay,
at.
want to make sure. Yep. Everyone roll initiative.
All right.
I think I'm gonna let myself get killed that easily.
I rolled from a natural 20 to a 2. Let's go.
You also rolled a 2?
I rolled a 2. Hey, look at that!
I rolled a 20.
Let's let's see.
Well, on the bright side, I rolled higher than Zagana.
If I didn't roll my modifier, I would have got a 6.
All right. So I got a 12 from Minnie.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for putting them in the chat. Because,
Oh, sorry, it's not a 7. It's a 9. My bad.
It's a 9. Okay, no worries. Smiggy 22 and Biggie. Wait, Wait. Oh, cause you haven't updated it yet. What was your? Okay, yours is 20.
That
okay.
Noop?
Yeah,
Or-
Noop's didn't update when I created the encounter because I made it as he was still making his character name and everything. All right.
Noob is
Gotcha.
As you look about the combat arena, you realize it seals off. The lake itself kind of creates a force field over the river to make it so nothing can drop into it, and lava kind of smacks against it, keeping it from guys shooting above it and hitting you lot. As Tenem just kind of winks at you at the party, and he shouts, "Begin!" And Smiggy immediately, with his extreme battle experience and knowing what was about to come, immediately off the route is up first. Smiggy, what would you like to do?
All right.
The two figures stand about to your left. Let me pull up my map again. So that way, because I think I did close it. God damn it. There we go. Okay, so across the bridge, about 10 feet diagonal from you, so 2 squares in total diagonal from you, being on the same side of the bridge as you guys are in front of that chair, in front of where the chair is. So yeah, 10 feet to the left is what's her name again? God damn it. Sorry, I'm pulling up here. Zagana. Yeah, Zagana, and then straight in front of you, all about where that object is sitting, about 10 feet in front of you, where the chair was, is where Nazarick is currently standing, staff in hand. So basically, they're both within 10 feet of the entirety of the party, just for reference.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see here. Yeah. Question. If I have a ability that is a bonus action, would you let me use one of my actions to use it?
Yeah, fully. That's fully fine. Yeah.
Fully? Okay. I couldn't remember if that was.
I mean, there's no
one
reason
of
you shouldn't be
your
able
homebrew
to.
rules.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I mean, bonus action is gonna if you're willing to sacrifice a whole action for it. Yeah, I'm fully fine with that.
Okay. I am going to take. Yeah. I'm gonna stay exactly where I am,
Okay.
floating 30 feet in the air.
Okay.
And with my transmuted Crown of Stars, that is thunder damage, I am going to send, with my action, second action, and bonus action, 3 of these stars down towards Nazarick.
Okay. What is it, to hit or save?
This is to hit.
Okay.
That's a 27 to hit.
That succeeds. He uses first legendary, his one of 3 legendary actions to make that an automatic success, miss. So
Legendary resistance?
yes, legendary resistance. Thank you.
That's only for saving throws.
Gotcha.
Yes, I know.
That
There is something unique about every boss monster
Alright.
in the 7 Hells, just as a heads
Good
up.
to know.
Okay.
And Nazarick's
that's a
one thing is
29
his
to
AC. Well, he can't use it a second time in the same round, so that hits.
And because this spell is transmuted with a meta magic, I'm going to let's give him disadvantage on let's give him disadvantage on wisdom saving throws and ability checks.
Okay.
For the next round.
Keep note of that for me, Smiggy. I won't remember that
with
by next
my-
round. So.
Yep, fair enough. And then, oh shit! Did my headphones die?
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I can't hear.
Oh,
Then that's another 29 to hit.
yeah, that hits.
Okay, so first roll is 26, but hold on to that
Okay.
because I get to re-roll one of those dice because it was a 1, because I am Elemental Adept. So that's a 10 instead. So that's 35 points of thunder damage first. That ignores all resistances.
I was about to ask, alright? Yeah, you watch as the star slams into him, and Nazarick just kind of gets shoved back as his heels dig into the sand. It definitely puts a good dent in his body as you see him cough up a little bit of blood onto the sand.
Next damage, 2 of them were 1, so I'll re-roll those.
Okay.
And I have to keep them anyway. So that is fucking shit. 19.
19? Alright.
Thunder damage that ignores resistances.
Okay. Yeah, again, the second one slams into him again, causing him to be pushed back another 5 feet, as he is now a total of 20 feet in front of you all, like kind of holding on to his stomach as the star seems to keep hitting him around that area, and he's kind of like leaning over, spewing out blood out of his mouth.
All right.
Does that end your turn, Smiggy?
That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Just as soonly as Smiggy gets his crown shooting off these stars, one getting batted aside, but the other two landing solid hits. Noop, you rush up. You are up. What would you like to do? You now got Nazarick is 20 feet straight in front of you, and his partner Zagana is about 10 feet to you, or diagonally left.
Damn, Zagana's hot.
Okay, so I am going to let me actually check this first because I don't want it to be like last time. Okay, so I'm going to attack it with my arrow.
Okay.
Or I'm going to shoot into it.
Okay.
Okay, what's his name?
Nazarick?
Yep, Nazareth, thank you.
I mean, you can take a shot at Tenem if you want, but as you saw the field that he bounced off of, you kind of get the idea that your arrows wouldn't puncture it.
I'd also rather not join the fight for whatever reason right now.
That's true. Tenem joining would be a problem for the party.
A little rough.
That does a 28 hit?
28 does.
Alright.
He still can't do his resistance, unfortunately.
That'll be 10 damage on the first attack.
What kind of damage?
And that's piercing.
Is it magical or non-magical?
It's magical because it's with a magical bow.
If it's a magic bow, it's magical, Caleb.
Yeah, magical.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
thank
make
you.
sure. Alright, yeah, as your arrow slams into his shoulder, you watch as he kind of suddenly reacts as he stands straight up and sees the arrow and kind of just looks at you and goes, "You little shit!" He kind of breaks the arrow and like throws the end of it on the ground. It's still sticking out, just not as much now.
I don't appreciate that. I'll shoot him again.
Let's say again.
Alright,
Get him.
take another shot. Let's see what you got.
Does a 25.
25 hits, yeah.
Alright. 13 damage this time.
Alright. The arrow slams into his other shoulder and he looks at you and goes, "You know what? Fine." He snaps that one, throws it to the ground and goes, "You want to be serious?" And he kind of starts to center himself as he stands up straight.
Okay, like, can you stop doing that, please?
Remember, Caleb, if you don't move, you can keep shooting.
Yeah.
Get it past.
So I did want to act. Well, actually, I think this spell counts as an action. So never mind, I can't.
Well, you can if you sacrifice movement.
Yeah, if you don't move, you get a second action, or how many actions you would normally.
I have 2, so this would be my third action.
yeah.
So
Yeah, if you don't move, you can sacrifice your movement for said action if you'd like. That's basically it.
I will shoot him one more time.
All right.
This time it's a 21.
Yeah, as this time you go pull back and your arrow goes flying, feeling confident at the last two hits. You see he just suddenly catches it midair as it's about to hit him in the nose, and he kind of looks to the side, looks at you, and goes, "Good try."
I will point at him and slowly look off in a different direction opposite, and just like, shit, he caught it.
There you go. So as you say this, he kind of drops the arrow on the ground and goes, "My turn." He activates his only other legendary ability. All right, someone give me a D4 roll. Wait.
Well, he's mad at you, so you should roll it, Caleb.
Okay. But real quick, do I still have my bonus action?
Huh?
Yeah, you didn't use your bonus action, did you?
Yeah, you still
I
get your
did
bonus
not.
action if you want to use it. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna use bonus action vanish. I hide.
Smart. All right, never mind. I just need a D3.
I can just do like a D4 minus 1.
That works.
Oh,
Wolf
What
knows
a
exactly
fucking
what
guy.
this ability is. He's had this happen before.
That would be a 3.
Chiggy, your entire body just starts to feel pain. I need a wisdom
Well, that's
save,
nice,
Chiggy.
of
All
course.
right. Wisdom save. I'm not very good at those. 16.
You fail as you take 77 points of psychic damage as your body just starts to twitch.
Oh, damn.
And you feel as, or you all watch as, like, the blood from the sand seems to absorb into Nazarick, and he heals for 77 HP. Back to full. And he
Fucked up,
smiles and looks at you lot and goes, and I'm just warming up. And he is, as that is his first action, he is going to rush forward the 20 feet right up into the face of Chiggy.
Right.
And is going to smile and say, "Alright, you want the easy way or you want the hard way, young man?"
Do it what you best feels fit.
I was gonna offer to play you in rock, paper, scissors, but this works. And suddenly you see him pull the necklace off of his neck, and you see a little like rook, like chess piece in his hand. And he just slams it, or like picks it above his head and starts to slam it, and it starts to grow in his hands, and it's getting massive as it just keeps getting bigger and bigger as he's about to slam it down on you. Chiggy, I need a dex save. And I also
got
need
you,
a
man.
dex check from the rest of the party to see if you get knocked prone. Smiggy and Minnie, you don't have to because you're floating.
Oh, so
36.
I'm kind of
So just Noop.
The save is a 36.
Oh, fuck yeah, you're fine.
He dex built, bro.
Yeah, Noop, it's just a dex check as far as it goes. It is well, it's not a direct attack onto you, it's from the ground rumbling. If that makes a difference.
Dex save. What do you got?
Yeah. But yeah, as the fortress... Oh, go ahead, Noop. What's up?
How does a 33 work?
Yeah, both of you managed to succeed. Noop, you manage to stay standing, and Shiggy, seeing this coming, you jump out of the way as fast as you can as this massive castle tower just slams into the floor in front of you and like sinks into the ground as the fortress kind of slowly falls to the lava, causing the entire ground underneath it to go with it. The rest of you managing to get out of the way or and not be affected by the earthquaking shake of the entire arena that you watch as like from above little rocks come floating down and dust kind of comes floating down, and he goes, "Well, shit, that was supposed to be much more cool than I was thinking. Well, fuck."
You- Oh,
Do you want to try rock, paper, scissors?
And he goes,
Wasted all your cool catching my arrow.
well, there goes my fortress. I'm gonna have to get that thing back now. Ignoring all of your lot's comments, he ends his turn as he can't do anything else. Minnie, you are up.
give me a wisdom save.
At disadvantage.
Yeah.
Alright. I remembered, don't worry.
Hey.
Hooray!
And my Yule dice hate me tonight. 5!
Polymorph.
Funny enough, does not work. The spell immediately hits him and just doesn't do anything.
That's
You can give me a history check if you want to figure out why, but otherwise, you get the sense he's immune to polymorph spells.
Can I?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Well, all right.
I'll give you a history
This
check.
guy's a fiend. Is this guy a fiend?
Yes, he fully is.
Okay. I'd say 32.
Fuck you, goddamn. So Wolf probably remembers this. Nazarick really enjoyed polymorphing himself into dragons, and true polymorphing himself constantly. He used to have him or his son would do it, and it was his favorite way to fight. As punishment, when he died, as part of his curse as being an archfiend, he is immune to polymorph spells and can no longer use them. So, meaning he can't change from his actual form to make himself look scarier. He is always going to look like this. Unless
Then
he's
I need
using
to
illusionary magic. But yeah,
I
go
need a
ahead.
wisdom save for something else then.
You need a wait. What's that? Sorry.
Wisdom save for a different spell then.
Okay. Well, give me a second. I'll roll a second tab. 9.
This is Phantasmal Killer.
Okay, that works.
His greatest nightmare is manifested in front of him.
You all just
Oh,
hear him
shit.
scream, "Look, you bastard! I'll get my vengeance!" And he starts like smacking at the air.
Now, I will tell you, because he feels he is frightened, and he is going to take 4d10 psychic damage.
Okay. He is immune to
Every
psychic
round,
damage, so
right?
you don't even bother
well-
rolling.
Well, either way, he's afraid of this thing. He's very distracted.
Yeah. You get the sense that your fright didn't actually work. But you do notice
distracted.
that he still seems scared shitless as he's looking at this whatever's what's in front of him, and he just keeps screaming as if he's fighting with everything he's got and losing.
I kind of give a little salute to Smiggy, like, and I got this.
All right. And
I don't.
is that the end of your turn, Minnie?
Bonus action, I cast No, I can't. That's also no. I have nothing I can do as a bonus action right now.
Okay.
So
Alright.
I'll just sit here and hold illusion.
Okay. Chiggy, you are up.
I'm in pain. That hurt.
You are.
That's okay.
And you get the sense that
Oh.
he can do that every round.
All right, gotta kill him then. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get behind him. He's distracted currently, correct?
Yeah, as you run around him, he does. He seems to be fighting something in front of him that you're not seeing. But you can
That's
see the
fine with
fear
me.
in his eyes.
That's fine, because he has fear in his eyes.
Mhm.
So yeah, yes, I guess I'll go ahead and try and hit him.
Okay, let's see what you got.
He's distracted. Do I get flanking with this or no?
Yes, you would get flanking with this.
All right.
Well, mostly you just get advantage because he's currently not seeing you.
32 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Well, that'll be 18 magical piercing and.
Okay.
Hold on, give me a second. 1d10, well, 1 thunder damage, and an extra d20 because Master Swordsman. 18 more.
Okay. Remember, you can only use it once per thing round.
That's fine.
All right. Yeah. As you slash into his back, you're cutting into his flesh and you're watching the blood flow, but he doesn't even seem phased by you as he's continuing to focus on what's in front of him.
That's fine. I'm gonna attack again.
All right.
I'd say 35 to hit.
He is going to his legendary resistance is going to activate, and you will fail the attack.
That's fine. I'll attack again.
Okay. He's got it.
That's
You know. Yep.
34 to hit.
I know this might shock you, but that does hit.
Yeah. That'll be 17 piercing, and is he affected by the thunder damage, by the way?
He is. Yeah.
Okay. And 8 thunder.
Okay. Yeah, as you slash into him again, yet again you watch as his body seems to react, but yet he doesn't seem to even notice or turn. As the rest of you look, he does blood starts to seep out of his mouth slightly, but he doesn't even seem to react to it.
Yeah, best part.
Yeah, I noticed. I looked.
He can't
See,
what?
He does have one thing that will get rid of the spell, but it has to be on his turn. He has to activate it.
Yeah.
So.
What's happening, huh?
Oh,
He can't roll high enough wisdom to get out of my spell naturally.
yeah.
Oh.
He has to burn one of his legendary actions.
Well, he
to
burned
do
one
it.
on me.
Yep.
My
He can't do
DC
it
is
till
at
his next turn.
24. Yeah, my spell DC is at 24, so he's kind of stuck here for now.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm I'm also going to do brand of castigation. This fucking word.
Castigation.
Castigation.
No.
So he is now branded, and it's brand of let's do tethering.
Okay. You watch
Uh,
as a mark burns into his back slightly.
Yep. The second damage modifier here, but branded creature can't take the dash action, and if a creature branded by you attempts to teleport or leave the current plane via ability, spell, or portal, they'll take damage and have to make a wisdom saving throw. On a fail, they don't leave.
You see Zagana just kind of glaring at you now, Shiggy.
You can
With
try to spell
outright
it.
hatred.
She was
You
gonna
can
try and leave.
All right.
All right.
The brand suddenly appears on his back, completely causing his back to smolder slightly as it emblazons itself. But again, he doesn't seem to react.
Yep, and if he is to damage me or anyone within 5 feet of me, he's going to take second damage. But sadly, it doesn't matter here because he's immune.
Yeah. Okay.
But still have another whole action, so I'm going to attack some more.
Okay. Let's see what you got.
That's 24 to hit.
That does hit.
Sick.
Yo, cold shot. Go for the balls.
That won't hit for the AC then.
No,
He has
I
to. If you're gonna do a
wouldn't.
call shot, you have to do it before you roll the die.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying after, because you can roll higher than that.
I can. So that'll be 20 piercing plus another 6 thunder.
Okay.
Gonna attack
Do
again.
not cold shot for the balls. Do not
I'm
do
not-
that.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Another
Because the
attack. That's
Nazareth
a natural-
lives, that counter back is gonna hurt.
Natural 20, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll to confirm.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
nice.
19, almost.
And I don't think
Almost.
you have no, because you're a blood hunter, so you don't have the
Blood hunter.
crits on 19, unfortunately.
Oh, if you had
I do. If I had it on right now.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah.
But that's alright. So I'll
So-
double the damage.
Yep. Okay.
So that'll be 32 piercing
32. Jesus fucking Christ.
and 10 thunder.
Okay.
How many attacks is that? That 5?
I think
I have
that's
one more.
4 plus the branding.
So I have 2
The
more.
branding came with an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 more swings.
Yeah.
2 more.
Yep.
That's a 26 to hit.
That hits.
17 piercing
Okay.
and 1 thunder again.
Yeah, as you all watch as Chiggy is in the back of this of Nazareth, just slashing into him. It's causing thunder is coming like erupting from Chiggy's blade as it's, every slash it goes. Again, Nazareth not at all even noticing, continuing to focus his eyes forward in fear as blood continues to drip out of his nose. You start to see it kind of coming out of his eyes slightly, more and more out of his mouth, but he doesn't react.
Next one's a 27.
Even Smiggy seeing all this is like, God damn.
Yeah. 27 hits.
Yep. So that's 13 piercing and wow, minimum roll damage, 1 thunder. Very sad.
All right, yeah. One more slash as you go into slashing into his back once more. Again, yeah, more blood. He coughs forward, blood spewing onto the ground, and continues to say something. Keeps talking about Logolthus and saying insults and freaking out about something about paralyzation and stone being turned to stone. But again, it just seems like mumbled gunk as it kind of spews out of him at the same time as the damage hits him.
Yeah. And bonus action, I'm going to use Strange Metabolism, which will let me ignore my negative side effects of my mutagens.
Okay.
Of one of my mutagens, so
All
I
right.
no longer have disadvantage on my wisdom saves.
Okay. As you.
That's my turn.
All right. I'm actually looking. Okay. As you slash into him one more time and you activate immediately with the spell hitting you, Zagana seems to almost realizing what's going on, turns and starts saying some sort of strange prayer of sorts. Let me pull up the spell if the sheet will load. Come on. D&D Beyond, thank you. As you watch as some sort of magic seems to envelop around Nazarick, healing him. let's see, for a total of 70 points of HP back. As you watch the wounds on his back seem to close up. He, again, still doesn't realize what's going on. And then, as far... What?
Dance, puppet, dance.
Yes. And for you, as Zagana wastes a second 6th level spell slot, immediately launching another spell off, you watch as, again, Nazarik's wounds close further and further, healing him more. And she ends her turn.
Is any visible damage left?
Yeah, there's still visible damage. There's still a good couple of cuts on his back, and the brand is still there. But that is the end of her turn. Back up to the top of the rotation. Smiggy, you are up. As he's on mute. There you go.
All right. Let's see what we got here. This chick is really harshing the vibe. Okay. All right. Cool. First action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Disintegrate
On...
I am going to burn an ass load of sorcery points.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
And twin it.
So on both.
On both of them.
All right. What's
I am going to blow another sorcery point to turn it into thunder damage, which again ignores resistances.
Mm-hmm.
And let's roll some damage, shall we?
Is it to hit or is it a save for them?
Oh, it's save, which I'll give Zagana disadvantage on dex saves and checks.
Okay.
Till my next turn.
I have to roll this one twice. So 4 on the one for her. And
Gotcha.
then his dex it's a dex save.
It is a dex save.
So he will be at normal. He only gets to roll once because he's currently he is distracted. So 9, which I assume fails also.
Yes, both fail.
All right.
All right. First one. Let's see.
And do specify who's getting hit by what.
First is going to be Zagana as soon as this loads.
Not a problem.
That's 78, but hold on, because I need to re-roll a couple of those dice, or 3 of them. Ooh! Total of 91 for her.
You all watch as Zagana drops almost immediately, and like he has the disintegration liquid just kind of spewing all over her, splashes down, and you watch the body slowly just collapses to the ground.
Is she down? Because I think kills them.
Yeah, she is gone. She is dead. She did not
she's
have a high HP.
Yeah. By the way, because it's transmuted to thunder, it's pretty much like she pops into ash.
Yeah.
She just explodes.
The sound kind of echoes throughout the Colosseum as her body dissipates into the air.
His damage will be... Oh, bummer. I only get to reroll 1. Boom. Okay, and it's 1 anyway. So it's 70 points of damage.
Fucking goddamn! All right.
Immediately bringing back down one of those heals.
Yep.
I'll give Smiggy a thumbs up.
Again, Nazar can't see any of this, so all this damage just continues to hit him. His body, like you watch as half of his face starts to slowly like melt and like pop off. With loud booms of thunderous, like applause coming out of it. And he seems unaffected still, as, again, more blood just seems to be appearing all over him.
For my second action, I'm going to take the dodge action.
Okay.
And because I took the dodge action, I'm going to use my Dwarven Toughness to roll a hit dice.
Hurting a little bit?
No, I'm actually at full HP. But because I rolled a hit dice and I have a Bloodwell vial, I'm going to regain 5 sorcery points.
Yeah, you planned for this well. Smart.
I did.
All right.
I am then going to spend a sorcery point. Sorry, 2 sorcery points.
Mm-hmm.
Quicken an action spell to a bonus action and cast Disintegrate on him again. Again, transmuting it to thunder.
Well, that's a 23.
Because I transmuted it to thunder, I can give him disadvantage on dex saves.
That's a 21.
Fails.
Okay. Good thing he has normally advantage. You couldn't do con spells? He has a +10 to that. Come on now. Help me out.
Yeah,
You know what's funny?
see, I kind of figured.
You know what's funny? I don't have a single con spell.
I know. No, I know.
I've
That's
got
gonna
some
be
con stuff.
77.
27?
77.
Yeah, again, as you watch as one of Nazar's arms gets most of the damage as it explodes and pops off with a loud boom almost, as if someone just launched a boombox right into his arm, and it flies to the side of the arena, just kind of slapping against it, finally snapping Nazarick out of the spell of Mini from the amount of damage he takes. Activating his last legendary thing that he has, which is upon being at less than 50 HP, all spell effects affecting him are immediately no longer in effect.
Aww, my
So he breaks as log kind of fades away. He just suddenly, you just watch as Nazarik's whole face goes pale and the pain sets in as he's like, "What the?" And he just starts kind of keeling, like falling and almost folding in half as he's kind of leaning over, coughing up blood and just in immense pain.
Did you not like my puppeteering? No?
Is that the... You're saying as he continues to cough up blood. Smiggy, is that the end of your turn? I will take silence as a yes. Alright. Noop. You are up.
Bonus action. I'm going to activate my Radiant Soul.
Okay.
So I will now gain a flying speed as my wings unfurl themselves, and I will now deal an extra 5 radiant damage for every attack I do.
Does that turn off your invisibility you were running earlier? Or vanish?
Yeah, it would technically be activated.
Okay.
But, now, I do want to ask, since Grumpy is behind the guy,
Yes. You are
doesn't
flanking.
have total...
Oh, what was your question, Noop?
Would Grumpy technically have total cover?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Chiggy, even if he was taller, Nazarik's a pretty big guy naturally, even though he's kind of depicted as scrawny. However, bent in half, he's, currently kind of not doing too well. But yeah, Chiggy would be fine as far as it goes for friendly fire.
Okay. I'm going to cast the spell Conjure Barrage,
Oh, okay.
and that is one of my 3 actions since I'm not going to be moving.
Okay.
I'm going to roll to hit.
Feel free. Let's see what you got.
I got a 21 to hit.
That does not hit for the first arrow.
Okay.
Or is that all of it? Or is it multi-hit? Or I'm not familiar with the barrage spell.
You would need to make a dex save.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, he does need to make a dex save. Okay, gotcha. That's a 16. Oh, well, he has advantage because now he's no longer under spell. 20.
He makes the save, so
yeah.
he will not be hitting.
Yeah, he jumped. You watch as he kind of falls to the side, not really trying to dodge your arrows, just really just keeling over in utter pain from all the magic that just hit him.
All right. Second shot.
All right. Let's see what you got.
26.
That hits.
All right. That would be another dex save.
Okay, he's got advantage, so let's roll. Man, I really need to stop rolling with advantage like Grumpy. That's a 14.
You do not make the save.
Ouch.
All right.
Let's see what you
So
got.
you will be. So I'm going to be doing this separately. Hold up.
Mhm.
All right. So for the arrow itself, you're going to take 13 damage.
Okay.
For the barrage, you're going to take 15 damage.
Okay.
And it would also be because apparently it would also you take half as much on a failed.
Mm-hmm.
I got to now divide 15 by 2.
7.
7.
You take 7 damage also.
As you take your last shot, Noop, as these arrows, you start grabbing arrows from your back, pulling them back 3 at a time, and just start taking shot after shot. One hits onto Nazarick, and it kind of like glances off him, and he seems to be kind of almost all right. But as your second one hits into him, it starts to expand slightly, and it seems to cause Nazarick to like scream out in more pain as he yells out and does not get to activate his death ability as it's not his turn. You watch as he shrivels up and stops breathing. His body just kind of stops moving altogether. You realize he's dead.
I don't trust it.
My
Someone hit him.
brand finds him dead.
As Noom walks over, takes it, puts another arrow in the head of Nazir. Body just kind of twitches slightly as the arrow lodges itself, but doesn't move.
Yeah, does the brand fade away?
Yes.
He's dead,
Okay.
guys.
I'm going to remove my arrows from him.
Oh, yeah, as you pull your arrow, the last 2 arrows out of his body, it causes the body kind of move. It's kind of sticks for a bit, and as you kind of eventually kind of pull it out with a brute force.
And I give a bow to Tenem.
Tenem looking on, you see he's still in his little toga, kind of suddenly appears in front of you. The toga does not hide as much as you wish it would, as his moves are sticking out. Yeah, Nope, you got the final hit on. But he kind of looks at you a lot and goes, you know what? You guys have done what I asked, and you gave me a good show. I have never watched an archfiend get put down so uniquely, and yet you still managed to make it interesting. I will reward you with something. What would you ask of me? I, of course, will let you go to the next floor, but I feel for this grand show. You young, smelling good man, what would you want since you landed that killing blow?
Would it be possible for you to just automatically get us to the 7th floor now, would you?
I could, but it'd kill you. Unfortunately, with that much magic going on, I don't think you'd survive. Smiggy might, because of his sorcery background. I can sense his bloodline would help him, but the rest of you may not be
Got
nearly
that
as
fucking
lucky.
fortitude.
Yeah. The rest of you may not. I can't promise it. You might be able to. The gnome with the soul in their horse has a pretty good chance, but I'm gonna be honest. You and the blue one probably would be killed from it. It'd rip you apart. Plus, he'd sense that I sent you there, and your whole round chance of surprise is gone out the window, and you really want that shot.
Is there anything we should be asking for? Because I'm going to be honest, I don't know what
He
I want.
offered items that would help on the lower floor, so he has a vault of items. Just saying.
Can we see that vault, actually?
Yes, you can, of course, see it. If you just want to look at my vault as your gift, sure. As he goes, and suddenly his vault appears in front of him, and you see it's just filled top to bottom in magic items from times long forgotten. As he takes your words literally, nope, and then claps his hands and it disappears again. And you, Smiggy, you killed the other one. What do you want?
I want to loot that vault.
All right, sure. He snaps his fingers, and the vault reappears, and the bars kind of pull up, and you all start kind of walking through, looking at the magic items. Any of you are allowed to pick one legendary item from my homebrew, as long as you get it okay from me, or from normal D&D. It has to be legendary or lower, and you can add up to 5,000 gold pieces if it matters to you.
Fucking beautiful.
And that
Nice.
ends today's first layer of hell. We thank you all for watching this session. A very unique session with the party not getting as much combat as was originally planned, but they did some good. I'll be giving you guys XP for those who need it post session, but we thank you all for watching, and we will see you guys on the next one shot for the second layer, whenever that will be.